This time, I will not forget to actually send out the stream alert. Stream ping is going for 100% in Silksong. We're doing that. That's me. I'm the one that's doing it. Hello! Welcome, everyone. What? Subscribe, turn docs? Why is there a Duolingo icon in my Twitch chat? Subscribe, turn drops, and it's showing me the Duolingo owl? What the hell does that mean? Uh-huh? I don't... How can it not be here? I mean, okay, I can dismiss it. Get rewards by purchasing or gifting subscriptions to PatTheHyruler's channel while they're live in any category. Okay. Why is this here? View details. Drops and rewards. Okay, so that's just like a general thing. Sub for 3 months of free Super Duolingo. Dude, what the hell's happening? Okay, whatever, I guess that's a thing. How about I dismiss it? Well, yeah, okay, well, whatever. Anyway, hello, welcome back to Silksong. I was just shocked to see like a Duolingo owl icon in my Twitch chat. Hello, we're back in Silksong. Last time, we of course, well, lots of eventful things happened. Most importantly, we got true ending, or at least it seems like it's the truest ending that is likely to exist in Silksong. I imagine there must be a Mr. Mushroom ending, right? Like, there must be, but like that's not going to be a true ending. It's not like a big major one. It's like a more of a cool little secret ending that's mostly going to share similarities with, well, presumably this true ending. But yeah, we essentially beat Silksong last time, and now all we have left really is going for 100% on this save file. And then after that, there will be like speedrun achievements and Steel Soul stuff. I don't know if I'll stream any of those. I definitely don't think I'll be streaming like my 100% Steel Soul run. I feel like, well, first of all, most likely that's going to be like several attempts, of course. I imagine I will fail at some point, but like, you know, it would just take ages. And I think it might be time to move back to streaming other games. But maybe I'll try to do at least like the beat the game in under 1 hour, or in under 5 hours, I think. We might try to do that on stream. In any case, that's not what we're doing here right now. Of course, in addition to beating the game last time, we also, like, we entered the Red Memory, and we got to see some very cool glimpses of Hallownest, actually, like from Hornet's childhood and youth in general. Oh my goodness. I think my absolute favorite part was seeing like a cute little baby Hornet, and Hornet was sitting on Hera's throne, and Hera was talking to Hornet. That was kind of incredible. I loved seeing that. And in general, Hornet's interactions with some of the people we knew from Hollow Knight. That was very exciting. Oh, right. Also, this thing that we have going on right now. We bound Eva. And that essentially means we have a supercharged Salubra's Blessing-like ability that regens a silk when we're on a bench. That's pretty awesome. Now, I do have 3 things that I wanted to talk about. First off, well, I guess since we're talking about Eva, I will go ahead and say straight away my Eva thing that I wanted to talk about. So apparently, if when you are cursed by that root, Grey Root, I think, whatever, you know, when that whole abortion quest's happening, if you go and talk to several NPCs, then, like, of course, a lot of them respond to you. And I didn't go and talk to every single one. And apparently, if you go talk to Eva, Eva is like, oh, don't defile this chamber, get out, cursed thing, or something like that. And, yeah, it just, I kind of wish I could have seen that, because that sounded very, very interesting. But apparently, you can also do it, like, you can get a similar interaction if you have a plasmium overdose, which I didn't even know was a thing that you could do. But I guess if we have the plasmium tool on and we just stab it into ourselves a whole bunch, please, where is it? There we go. So what does a plasmium overdose look like? I'm kind of curious to try that out. And I think I will in just a moment here. Alright, but we do need to go and replenish... I do think we need to go and replenish the plasmium. God damn it, you're going shopping? Sounds like I picked a great time to start streaming, didn't I? Oh well, sometimes it's just gonna be like that. Wait, where was I? Oh yeah, Plasmium Overdose. We'll have to try that out. We of course can't go talk to Eva, because Eva doesn't exist as a separate entity anymore. Eva is like bound as part of us now. Yeah, could you possibly have better timing? I'm sure I could. But I think this one is pretty funny already. So, Plasmium, Eva interaction, that's it. Second thing I wanted to talk about is that Hera looks like Hornet. And I just, like, I don't think I ever realized this. Like, Hera has these, like, little spikes, is what I'm talking about. Because, like, of course, most of the time Hera's wearing a mask, and in Hollow Knight you barely get to see Hera at all. Like, was it ever visible that Hera in Hollow Knight has the same kind of, like, spikes above her head as Hornet does? Because I previously found it very weird that, like, Hera looks nothing at all like Hornet. But then in that cutscene that we saw, turns out that that's not the case at all. Like, I don't know. In that cutscene that you see, you clearly see that Hera's head has the same sort of two pointy prongs shape. And I almost want to look up images of Hera from Hollow Knight. So, Hera, Hollow Knight. Like, what did Hera look like in Hollow Knight? Because I don't remember ever noticing those spikes, but I think I'm just... yeah, okay. I'm just being stupid, I think. Hold on. Open image, copy image address. There we go. I can add it as a browser source then. Browser, not that one. This. Yeah, so look at this. That's not a... Okay. Interesting. I guess my browser source size doesn't change with it. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, so this is what Hera looked like in Hollow Knight. And you can clearly see that she has, like, the Hornet head spikes. And I've never in my life noticed that. Which is just, like... Isn't that interesting? Isn't that crazy? I just thought that it was, like... I don't know what I thought. I guess what I thought was that Team Cherry just decided that Hornet was Hera's child after they already had the character designs and didn't make Hera look like Hornet at all. Like, they just didn't bother. But, like, clearly that's not true. Hera's just wearing a veil. Veil and a Dreamer mask. And that's why she doesn't look like Hornet. And I guess I don't know. And I guess I also still thought that Hera actually had 6 eyes. Which I don't know. Maybe she still does, because, like, all of the different other Weaver masks also have 6 eyes. So, like, maybe the Weavers do have 6 eyes and Hornet just doesn't for some reason. I don't know. But in any case, Hera for sure has the same head shape as Hornet. And I never, ever in my life spotted that in Hollow Knight. I just figured they don't look alike for some weird reason. So that's fun. That's funny. That's cool. I'm attentive as ever. I notice details the same way as I always do, which is, well, not at all seemingly. So, Plasmium, we want to try to get a Plasmium overdose and see if we can... Well, we can't get an Eva interaction, but maybe we can get an interaction with some other people. Maybe we could even go talk to the Great Yarnaby again. And the third thing I wanted to talk about is that people are shipping Hornet and Lace, apparently. I've seen, like, a lot of fan art about them just being together, and it's, like, being called LaceNet or something. And, like, I don't know. I think shipping culture online in general is very weird. And I don't really understand it. But for some reason, like, LaceNet specifically is kind of bothering me. Because, like, I don't know. I never saw Hornet and Lace's relationship like that at all in game. They seemed more like siblings to me, like long lost siblings. And also Lace seemed so much younger than Hornet. Maybe not, like, in years, but certainly in mind. Like, if anything, it seemed like Lace would be a younger sibling to Hornet or something like that. Certainly not two beings to ship together. Which, I mean, is sort of a weird thing to do anyway, but... particularly with these two. Because, like, I wouldn't really have an issue if people were going around and saying, like, oh, yeah, we're Hornet plus Chakra or Hornet plus Forged Daughter. Like, go ahead. That's not my issue with it. It's just specifically Hornet and Lace seems a bit strange to me. I can understand, like, being very curious about their relationship, like how they might spend time now that... Because, like, at the end of the true ending, they're essentially just both alive and could interact and do stuff, and everything seems solved. So, it, you know, it absolutely makes sense to me that people would want to, like, come up with stories and things about, like, what their future lives are going to be like, and what they might talk about and all that, but, like, I don't know, and maybe I've just misinterpreted it. Like, maybe people aren't actually shipping them together, at least maybe, like, most of that fan art isn't about shipping them together, but that was certainly the impression I got, and you're not, like, if you're just picturing two characters together as friends, you're not gonna, like, give them a ship name like LaceNet, are you? Like, then you, like, I'm pretty sure that's explicitly, like, a romantic shipping thing, isn't it? I don't know. In any case, I found that weird. I was somewhat bothered by seeing that, but, well, only somewhat. I don't really mind all that much. I just thought it was weird, because again, I never saw Hornet and Lace's, well, in any way being romantically involved. I imagine the Beastling call still doesn't work down here, does it? Yeah, Hornet's even looking around like, where the hell are the Beastlings? They are not here, Hornet. We In fact, it's probably horribly irresponsible of us to even try to summon them here. And maybe they tried coming here and they succumbed to the void halfway through. So yeah, let's not do that. Now, of course, we have spawned back here in the in the abyss. We have spawned down here in the... Hold on, is this even the right way? I don't think so, but I'm going here anyway. We have spawned down here in the abyss, which is, you know, this is where we were before we did the boss fight. We do now need to climb out of here. Erase our fear, eliminate our desire to suffer no more, void cleanse us. We did read this. I remember having a discussion about this, or like trying to figure out who might be the author of this text, who might have written... Oh, you're a bastard. Have I got your journal entry, I wonder? Is that something that I've got? Because I think I might not. Then I have a parry move on. As ever, it's the classic... you know, once every stream, or not once, like 10 times every stream, Pat talks about how, oh, you really should be using that ability that I have equipped. And then proceeds to not do so. That's wonderful. Everyone should be used to that by now. Shouldn't be a surprise at all. Oh, hold on. You know what? You know that climbing section that we did and that is allegedly now collapsed? Can we do anything with that? Like what does it look like if we try to go back up there from below? I don't expect that it'll really give us anything, like, I don't expect that we'll be able to go there. I don't expect that anything... Oh, this is not the correct location to ascend at. Hello? Is anyone down here? You are about to be. Okay, got it. Understood. You know what? Whatever. We'll just kill you. I would rather not have you be in the way. Whoops. However, if I'm not careful, we might, oh, no! We might come to a case of dying to an enemy murdering me. In general, I like to avoid such a thing. No, don't eat my head. I need it. I'm using it. It might not seem like it sometimes, but I swear, it does get some use. Hello, that's a Hornet comment unlocked. Amazingly, the creature carries the void's black liquid in its stomach, violently spraying it forth if threatened. Yes, that is interesting. Oh, I don't have an entrance, or I haven't read this Hornet comment. A crude construct of my father's... Hold on. Did we even read the first bit? Because, yeah, that's crazy. We were in a dream world. That's why I didn't... Right. I remember being in the red memory, because that's where we saw these. And these are obviously... This is a creature from Hallownest, from White Palace. And I remember killing them and being like, okay, I'm not seeing any Hunter's Journal pop-ups. And we don't have access to our inventory. But it turns out that it did actually add them to our journal. We just weren't able to check it then. So, wing mold. False fly with a rune-etched shell. A tortured mix of soul and void is caged within. A crude construct of my father's fallen domain. Only a fool believes that void can be fashioned to do their bidding. Yes, Hornet seems to have a pretty strong opinion on void in general. And I guess, well, she would have a reason to. She has seen all the horror that took place in Hallownest. Although, I don't know, like, I feel like most of that horror wasn't because of the void. Like, a lot of it was just the radiance and the infection. But, well, I don't know. If we're assuming that this is after the Dream No Morning, I'm just trying to remember what Hornet has seen. Like, did the Lord of Shades... That's from the Godhome ending, right? But Hornet, like, at the very least, Hornet might be very morally opposed to the whole sibling situation with, like, the thousands of babies tossed away to be consumed by void. I think Hornet might not be too happy about that. But then, like, what are Hornet's thoughts on the Knight? Because, obviously, the Knight isn't hollow. The Knight did have, like, intention. I feel like that's been, like, particularly confirmed by the ending of this... by the ending that we just got. Because the Knight, like, rescues Hornet, essentially. Or, like, whatever remains of the Knight. The Void Essence. There was, like, still some fragment of it left in there. Sister of the Void is the achievement that we got, I think. So... I don't know. Clearly some aspect of the Void was, like, you know, Void was used to create the Knight, and it wasn't wholly evil. In fact, it helped Hornet and, well, saved Hornet here also. So, Hornet saying that it's, like, completely hopeless. Okay, no, actually, Hornet's not saying that Void is necessarily fully evil, although I think overall she might still hold that belief. But that's not what this text here actually says. It says only a fool believes that void can be fashioned to do their bidding. That doesn't mean that any uses of void are immediately guaranteed to be evil. They might be very likely to be evil. It might be horribly reckless to try to use void for anything, right? But, you know, the Knight definitely technically isn't doing the Pale King's bidding, right? So the knight can still be friends with Hornet and can be good and can be based on Void. And that does not conflict with the statement. Like, you can be good without doing the bidding of whatever created you, is what I'm trying to say. Like, this line isn't contradictory. Hold on. I must blow my nose. I know we just started stream. But sometimes even just like, I don't know. I've said this before. Sometimes when I stream and I talk, it feels like it vibrates my nose and then my nose starts feeling weird. And sometimes it doesn't happen, but like every 10 streams or so, I feel like it just, whatever. Shush, I'll blow my nose and we'll carry on. Now, another interesting thing. Oh, hold on. Do we have a lost lace in here? We do. Silksong, child possessed by the void. I like how we even have like some of the void tendrils here. I guess because they were an essential part of the fight. To quell her mother's rage and see this kingdom saved, I will claim her back. This one, the dark shall not take. Right. This Hornet comment. Like, this must be with Hornet's perspective after the fight. Like, overall, the world state has been reset before the fight, but this entry here, when Hornet is saying that I will claim her back, the only time we could have gotten this entry is after we defeated Lost Lace. So this can't be like, oh, you know, we like went down there, did one try at the battle, and then Hornet wrote this down as like, I will rescue them from being Lost Lace. No, this must be Hornet's comment after the fight, when we already defeated Lost Lace, and Lace was kind of back to normal. So I guess the claim her back must be referring to like, we will rehabilitate her. She'll be a normal member of society now. Like, this must be Hornet post-boss fight. I think so. Hey, but I was gonna say something else before I realized that I should check Lost Lace. And that thing was... It's gone. It's not in my brain. What did you say? In silence your voice, in darkness your form, we hire who see you seeking, only our shells yearn for your embrace. This is talking to the void, we hire. Who is the we here? Like, I don't know. I guess there's no point in getting into this discussion or speculation again. But who is the we here? Is it the, like, pre-Hellenist, perhaps pre-Farloom civilization that worship Void? Who had, like, who the arcane eggs were from? Or is this something else? I don't know. And what's that marker about? I'm gonna remove it. I don't think that... I don't think that is serving a purpose. What is that? That's the climb. That's where the climb happened, and I guess now it's got lava above it. And I guess there's nothing else to do here. I could try... Whoops. I could try ascending up to it. Not that I expect that to do anything, and it didn't. It indeed did not. Hold on. Did I check this wall? So, as basically as the stream title and the stream announcement and everything else about the stream says, and as could be deduced by common sense, what we need to do now is we need to explore the whole world and go for 100%. That's the point. That's what we're doing this stream and maybe the next stream, however many streams it takes. And now, well, the biggest concern, of course, is that I might have missed a lot of hidden walls. That's not the reason I'm running through this area right now. I'm not currently specifically checking for hidden walls. I'm just trying to get back to the diving bell. Which, there we go. Here it is. Yeah, so if there's just some random hidden wall in a completely out of the way tunnel, I don't know if we'll be finding that without a guide. However, well, I don't know. Maybe we still have some side quests. Maybe we still have some markers. We still definitely have some fleas to find. And if we can't do that on our own, we can go up here to Fleetopia and we will get hints for where the fleas are. And maybe, just maybe, if we get told the direction of a flea, or like, you know, if we get pointed towards a flea and then that leads us into like a small new area. I don't expect like a full new area like Verdania or something, but I mean like a tiny section of an existing area, then that might contain other secrets as well, and that might bring us closer to 100% completion. However, we are at only 88%, and like that's not nothing, but it doesn't. It isn't. What am I trying to say? It's not like we are right at the end either. Like 12% can be a lot. Especially if it's like the final 12% where every secret is like randomly spread throughout the map and hard to find. So we will see how that goes. I'm thinking maybe our first course of action should be going to Fleetopia and getting the flea hints. I'm not sure. They might be a bit expensive, though. I don't remember how much they cost. Some other things. We don't have all the memory lockets. However, I also think I saw someone say that they don't count like against the completion percentage, which is, well, odd. But Hollow Knight was similar in the sense that some things that seem like they should count for a percentage do not. And like some hidden area, like I imagine some like unrevealed parts of the map also don't count. So that's all going to be interesting. We'll have to figure out how that works. Can I go down here? I cannot. I'm honestly shocked that I didn't fall into lava there. Okay, that's fine. And well, we don't need this marker anymore. We kind of just know that this is how it works. I wonder if this bench icon moves depending on which part of the world the diving bell is in. Because like that bench is in the diving bell. Interesting. Well, in any case, I don't think I'm likely to forget that location, so we can remove the marker. Aha, top right. I have a marker here, and I think I remember what that is. That's like a lore tablet that's in a corner that seemed slightly suspicious to me at the moment. We'll see. How suspicious does it seem to me now? Of course, we also have some areas. A bucket overflowing with smoldering flintstone. Like, I don't think we got an item here. And it's glinting. I'm quite suspicious of this. Do we have any craft metal left to use? I think we completed all that, right? Yes. We do need some more memory lockets. Sprintmaster Memento, we can display it in our home, right? We should place that down at our house. Okay, which way do I go to get back? I still think I want to leave this marker. I don't really see what could possibly change that would suddenly make me able to do something with that location. And to be, like, realistically, I think that that probably is nothing. But I'm not certain enough that I want to just, like, remove it and stop tracking it. Did we ever figure out... we found lots of these lore tablet things that talk about, like, something, all workers... marker field to all workers... Yeah, there we go. At the 7th bell toll, send 30 measures, 4 beats smoke rock, 8 beats sweet smelt, marker field to all workers. We've had lots of tablets like this. Or, well, I don't know, 2 or 3. 2 or 3 tablets like this, talking about marker field to all workers. And then we also had, like, a recipe in the chapel, in the ruin chapel, whatever. The place with the shamans. That was also seemingly like a recipe for something. And, like, I'm just... Is this all just lore, or does this tie back to some quest? And, well, even if it is all just lore, I would like to understand it a bit more. I don't know that we're going to. What can we say now? Yeah, I believe you said that. Well, goodbye, Forge Daughter. I don't think I have too much reason to interact with you anymore, but that doesn't mean that we won't be. Saying hi every once in a while when we happen to be passing by. Though, also, I don't know how much we'll be passing by here ever again. I appear to have a marker near the top right part of this, so maybe instead of going to the Bellway, I will go there. Of course, I am now able to teleport to the Bellway anyway. From most locations anyway. So, it's not too much of a problem that I'm running away from a Bellway, and will be somewhat far from it. Because we can simply warp back here if it turns out that this direction isn't actually all that interesting. Oh, I also saw some people say that, like, if you don't complete the 100 journal entries for some of the Act 1 enemies in specific areas, like particularly Shellwood, it's pretty tricky to complete the journal in Act 3. But still possible. Like, it's just that, like, you know, you'll have some enemies that get all transformed by the void in Act 3, and then they leave, like, one room or so in Shellwood that you can get those pre-Act 3 enemies. So I'm not sure if I did that or not. I'm not sure if there are some uncompleted entries from there. I think it's more likely... I think it's quite likely that there are uncompleted entries from Act 2 for me. So we'll see. At least it should all still be doable. I'm very glad that we completed that Rhino entry. I think that was last time. Was it last time? Might have been before last time. But I'm glad that we finally got that Rhino out of the way, because, like, immediately... like, the moment that we first saw it and opened the door by accident and it fled, I was quite concerned about that. About whether we would be able to complete that entry ever. I'm still quite suspicious of all these areas above the, like, toll benches. Hold on, there's like a cable hanging against my finger under my desk. Could you stay up here so that you're not bothering me? Thank you. Cable. Oh my goodness. A spam bot to ban. How are they, like... How do they keep doing the same thing? They're not, like, I swear, they've even given up on, like, trying to change the message. It's just the same message, so Automat catches it, because I added, like, two banned terms, and that catches all of the spam bots. But, like, why do they still even bother? Like, who's going to, like, click on that and buy... Well, no, they can't even click on it. They need to remove the space from the link. But, like, who's going to fall for those freaking spam, scam, cheap viewer links? I don't know. I don't get it. But I guess it must be working, at least to some extent, if they keep doing it. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I remember this room, actually. I remember precisely. This is that room that we skipped up to, isn't it? By poking off an enemy. And it just had, like, a small little battle, and that seemed to be it. And I don't think... did a side quest ever take us here? Because so far my thought has been that, like, okay, we'll get a side quest, and then these rooms will have meaning. And that has been the case for some rooms that seemed quite pointless. But, like, did we ever come here and do a quest? We might have done. I could... What was that? I could just be forgetting. But, like, am I really there? Is there an ascension point? That was the case with, like, for example, the Gilly statue. Or, no, not the Gilly statue. The statue where we first found Gilly. The statue itself was actually of Scarsinger Carmelita, we now know. But I'm not seeing any spots in this room that seem like I could... dude, stop, please. Ascend. Ascend with Gorb. Do it. I've mentioned this before. That's not the move I mean to do. But the way that Hornet, like, hangs off from the needle in the ceiling. First of all, I like the way that it looks. I like the animation. But I'm curious if at any location we'll actually end up, like, using it for something more. Like, you like pry open a piece of rock from the ceiling and it'll open up a path. I don't think that's going to be the case. But it's a thought that enters my brain every once in a while. Okay, well, I still don't know what this is about. So the marker stays. It's so weird too, because, like, it's clearly a path that you can't go up, like, initially. Yeah, you can enemy pogo, which we did, but, like, at the very least, the intended way to get up there is going to be a wall jump or a double jump. So it just seems very weird that it wouldn't have anything in it. Now, yes, it might be that a side quest took us there. I'm not ruling that out. But we'll leave the marker until we're quite sure that we've done everything. Like, if we're at 100% and we have all the memory lockets and all that, then, yeah, perhaps I won't worry about that anymore. And we will simply leave it there. Or we'll remove the marker and we won't worry about that room anymore. And we'll just guess that we're... we will guess that we're just done. Oh, dang it. That's a nice toss you just did there. We do? Hold on. Do we have the Everbloom still? We do. That got destroyed at the end of the cutscene, but of course that's in a separate timeline. That hasn't actually happened... in this world. Whoa! Let's not do that. But anyway, why I'm saying that is that now, of course, our void, the void doesn't consume our silk anymore, which is certainly a very welcome thing. That's one of the more obnoxious parts of fighting these void enemies. Or, I don't know. It makes them particularly tricky, or it did it anyway. Since it's not happening anymore, I guess it isn't presently at the moment making them annoying. But it used to. That was a thing that it did. So I'm quite happy to have the Everbloom. Wouldn't it be funny if it can get worn down? Like, as you run through the world and fight these random void enemies, the Everbloom gets worn down, so you just can't get through ending anymore. That wouldn't be funny, actually. It would suck. But well, I guess it can be a little bit funny. So yeah, there's just that path to Farfields. I don't think this place has too much left for us. No, that's not the correct song. What? Okay, I'm sitting at an awkward platform, I think. I think there needs to be enough space on the ground next to me, and I think it might also need to be connected to the ground, like it can't just be on a floating platform, which makes sense. I'm not entirely certain what the rules are, but I guess in Hollow Knight also sometimes the rules for where we can use Dreamnail can be a bit confusing. Obtuse, I think that's a correct word. So this marker, not necessary. Eva has been consumed. Where else might I go? I did want to try a Plasmium Overdose, but I think I'd want to try that near someone who might be likely to comment on it. The Snail Shamans are dead, right? I think they're just fully dead. I said I wanted to go talk to Yarnaby, right? Yarnaby is here, I believe. So maybe I travel to Greymore? What is this? Right, this is the secret passage. Or, well, it seemed like this should connect to this upper part, but then it didn't. And this room was also suspicious. Lots of suspicious rooms. Those markers were placed when I was trying to find this location there. I also have suspicious markers here and here and here, and I think all of these are just random empty rooms. There should also be one over here in the far fields. Yep. That's the target room. Don't know what that's about. Do we have a secret path into that room by now? I don't think so. I remember this marker. I don't think that's for anything either. That's that door. Scarsinger Carmelita's door in the real world. In the present, not in the memory. What's this marker for? And what's this marker for? I know there have been some very suspicious empty rooms in some locations. In the Citadel, there was like, you just open a door and you go into it and it's like this very tiny room and it's got nothing in it. And like, what the hell is that all about? I don't know. Some of these are confusing to me. And what was this? This was the room that I couldn't pass through at first because we didn't have the claw line yet. Maybe that markers are like left over from that. I also remember, yeah, that's the corner. This is where, not Pincerest, it's Huntress. This is the room where Huntress is, and that top left corner was also suspicious. There was a bug hanging there. I think it was a guard. Yeah, we got the key of Apostate from there, if I recall correctly. This was a suspicious location in Fleetopia. Why have I got a marker here? Also, wait, the cradle? Am I going insane? Wasn't the cradle's map a lot more detailed? Oh no, the map has changed since Act 3, hasn't it? This might have been the lore section and it's now blocked off. You know what? Yeah, hold on. We should go back to the cradle. Let's do that. Well, if we even can. Because back when we spawned at the cradle, or, you know, when Act 3 started and we were at the cradle, we were weakened and we weren't able to explore it thoroughly. And that was clearly like a mostly scripted cutscene-like event. Even though it did have some bits of gameplay. So I'm curious if we can do anything different there now. And of course, we also have the Everbloom. Is this one of the few bellways that you can activate from both sides? It is. Hold on. No, but we're not trying to activate it right now. We are instead trying to take the Ventrica. It does allow travel back to the terminus. That is interesting. The elevator. You know what? The elevator that we took to get to the first ending. That one's broken, I think. I believe that elevator is just fully broken. However, we have the ascend move, so maybe we could ascend through there and that might lead us somewhere that this terminus elevator didn't. Anything new down here? I was kind of hoping there'd just be like a pool of void down here that I was about to fall into. But no, most of this seems unchanged so far. That doesn't mean that all of it is going to be. This is crumbling, but I don't know what I can do about that. This place is just as suspicious as it was before. I think there must have been just one item down here, and that's it. And then, of course, you come back later and you access the upper part via a different means. By instead ascending through the elevator. But this direction is also just fully blocked off now. How curious. There's some sort of path to the right, or there was. Okay, we simply can't go this way at all. And that's, of course, why the map is this way. Yeah, the map indicates also that everything's fully blocked off. However, well, I think we might have to try out that ascension strategy, won't we? Memoriam, no, we don't want to go there. High Halls? Yeah, I think that's pretty close. Probably about as close as First Shrine. I'm not sure. Maybe First Shrine would have been better. Should we go talk to Sherma? I guess we haven't really done anything new, because we talked to Sherma before we came to do True Ending, I'm quite certain. Wait, why is this marker still around? Isn't that just where we used the craft metal? We needed craft metal for it, but then we got it and did it, didn't we? Could have sworn that we did. Well, since I'm here, I guess I might as well go and double check. But I'm quite certain that's done. I didn't mean to claw line to the left, actually. And then when that happened, I panicked a bit. Okay, should be through here, right? No. Well, I don't know. Maybe those areas are connected. But overall, the entrance there seems to be from this upper part. Yes? No? Am I correct? I've been correct at some points in my life. Yeah, I swear we crafted this. I don't think we ever used this, though. Okay, but I am quite certain that this is what the marker is for. Yeah, let's remove it. If nothing else, even if we don't make any progress in terms of in-game percentage, we will be removing our markers. We've removed one already, so that is progress in a way. Oh my goodness, I'm always getting trapped by you. You're just always ambushing me here. That's all that you do. I'm sure that can't be terribly entertaining. Maybe you should find a different spot to be. Like I don't visit this area too often. I've seen you thrice, which might honest, it's probably more than you should rightfully expect. I've just been silly and checked that same location. Well, no, actually, the first two weren't silly, because one time I was exploring this area for the first time, and the second time I was probably back with the craft metal. But this time, the third time, that was a silly attempt. You should not have expected to see me a third time. Okay, well, that's fine. We took care of that marker. I remember up here was a thing we used the simple key on. What did I get from here? Probably a crest, right? Seems like a crest type of area. Whoa, my goodness! That reminds me, I probably have stuff to buy from Grindel, don't I? Oh my goodness, that's just steam down there. Yeah, I don't remember what this place looked like, and of course it's quite possible that Act 3 and the whole void situation that triggered has changed stuff. What hit me there? Hello? I'm uncertain. Oh yeah, something that I also saw. Apparently, the fact that when you upgrade the Hunter's Crest with Eva, apparently the fact that that unequips your tools was unintentional. Dang it. Apparently that was unintentional. And has now been patched out. Hold on. Also, these... Okay. I'm pretty certain that these used to do double damage. And some other environmental hazards as well. But I think this must be some stuff that got patched out. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, I think it's overall... It's probably a fine... Like, it's an okay decision. But I do wish they had an option. And maybe they do. I do wish they had an option to go back... to, like, play with pre-patch damage. I'm at least glad that I got to do Sister Splinter pre-patch. I don't know how much easier they made her. And I'm not sure if I got to experience Scream or or what? I'm not sure if I got to experience Morwing pre-patch. But overall, I don't think it matters too much. And I think making the environmental hazards deal less damages. Like, it's fine. I'm not really too bothered by that. How did you end up down here? You crazy bird creature. How did you manage that? Okay, hold on. Let's not waste time. Well, I guess I didn't know that would be a waste of time. But I could have guessed. It was quite likely to be a waste of time. In any case, let's stop doing that. We will not... That guy was just about to fall into spikes the last I saw him. So if anyone asks, we weren't here. So, what can we do? Is essential possible? What is this? That's a symbol for... That looks like a spool fragment, but I'm pretty sure we've seen this on other rooms before. Was it for a spool fragment or something, or for something else? Also, is that? Oh, that's just what I ascended through. Right. Did I come from the left when I descended from up above? I'm uncertain. Let's go here, though. Did I pass through here at some point? Oh, I remember. Yeah. This is from Cogwork, like the lower part of Cogwork Core, that I just missed for the longest time. Because this is how we... What? Isn't this how we initially got up here? Yeah, I think it is. Wait, also, hold on a minute. Isn't this that White Palace room? I think that's just completely inaccessible now. Yeah. How interesting. But there still seems to be some sort of path up to the cradle. But it might not be through this entrance that we just took. Because that's just the transition between these two doors. Interesting. Hold on, let me go sit on this bench. And then we will investigate that other path that's visible on the map. What did this say? Could have sworn that there was some lore here. But I guess the lore has also collapsed. Not only has the kingdom and its and all its locations and stuff collapsed, even any marks, any records of them ever being like they were are slowly being lost. Unless there just wasn't lore there. So what? Did I come through here? Is that what you're telling me? In some way, did I descend through here? Because if I go here, this is just the memoriam, isn't it? But the map still seems to display an entrance. And given that the rest of the map responded to things becoming destroyed by Act 3, I feel like that entrance must be accurate, right? Holy crap, I'm defeating those little small creatures in one hit by now. That's kind of incredible. I'm very curious to know how a second playthrough will go for me, especially like if I'm playing it in Steel Soul. I think I might do Steel Soul as my third playthrough or something, but I'm very curious because now that I know like, for instance, where I can get a needle upgrade. It might be a safer path to, like, just beeline straight for those. And, like, maybe, I don't really remember the locations of health upgrades or mask upgrades. But, yeah, like, I might be able to change my approach to make a Steel Soul run safer. And then we won't fight, like, for example, that mole guy or some other boss fights that we can skip until we are more upgraded. So that we are safer for Steel Soul. Oh, hold on a minute. Hang on a moment. I see a part of the screen that I could almost definitely use my Ascension move through, couldn't I? I think the Cradle exploration will have to wait a bit. Yes. I think the biggest ability that we, you know, the newest ability that we have is the Ascension move. I guess other than the Everbloom. And I think I should, well, I've said this before, but I'm saying it again now. I need to pay close attention to locations where it might be possible to ascend through a room, and where I might not have even considered that you could ascend through a room before. Right, we got the Cogwork Heart here. How did I enter? No, the entrance is from below, it seems. Okay, hold on. How did I miss it just then? I believe it was a Jubilana side quest that took us here. And how exactly? Is this a button? No. Oh, there we go. My goodness, that's sneaky. Okay, so ascend. No ceiling. That's going to be a problem for any brave bugs trying to ascend through this room. Okay, well, we can get to see the ceiling at least, or well, the lack of one. The top of the screen we can see. Is that enough to fill it in on the map? It might not be, because in Hollow Knight you definitely have some rooms that will just always have this sort of fading out top of the ceiling. And that's just how they are. And this one, this one might well remain that same way. Okay. We are not far away from Fleetopia. We could go there, but I'm still so curious about this path. I think I'll run back. Actually, we are at a point of the game where bench warping shouldn't be too frowned upon, I think. So we will do that. Also, isn't that crazy? The theme that plays on the title screen is called Silksong, I think. It's I believe it's the last track in the OST. And it's called Silksong. And we've been hearing it whenever we start up the game. Here is established by holy consent of the conductors the memoriam of Farloom. What is remembered is never lost. What is dead may never die. Yeah, interesting. So they picked 3 areas for this, right? And when we came here the first time, we hadn't actually been to Verdania or Lost Verdania. But I believe one of the 3 areas that this is based on is Verdania. So that was quite interesting. Yeah, you have been just crushed by Void. Oh, well, not Void. You've been crushed by a boulder, but that boulder fell because of Void. Ah, here is an ascension bit. That's awfully sneaky. If the map hadn't told me that there's an entrance/exit here, a screen transition, I would not have ever thought to check this way. Okay. Look at the way these spikes look. I've been commenting on the way the spikes look and how different the spikes in different locations look in Silksong. I've been commenting on that a lot. But perhaps not enough recently. We talked about that a lot in the early game, but lately I haven't been talking about it. This must be a secret. There is no way that this isn't. Right? That's an awfully suspicious bit of wood there. Look at the way that it bends. No, you can't be telling me that that's not breakable. And there's even like a secret entrance from here, it seems? No. Oh, I was gonna say maybe they want you to hard fall onto it, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I do have a... Don't I have a tool that like lets me make my needle hot? Maybe I could light it on fire using that. Speaking of needle, this doesn't look like something that would open with a needle in performance, but I should try regardless. Dude, are you sure we can't break this open? Because I am not convinced whatsoever. Hello? Okay, well, I also can't think of what to do with it. Maybe we need to drop a rock on it from up above. Looks like we need to ascend straight from here. I feel like it's got to... Like, there's got to be a secret. The fact that they even allow you to ascend back through here, and the fact that you're so weakened the first time you're here, it must be There must be at least some sort of thing we can find here, or maybe an NPC interaction. Maybe this is where Mr. Mushroom shows up. Because the Mr. Mushroom just has to be in Silksong. There is no way that they're not. Mostly because of the to be continued thing. Mr. Mushroom is clearly this special character who transcends kingdoms. What is it? Worms and kingdoms fall to dust, but Mr. Mushroom readjusts. Surely, one of those adjustments involved Farloom in some way. I just had the craziest thought, which I don't think is correct at all. But I just, like, doesn't Trobio sort of sound like Mr. Mushroom? Like, Mr. Mushroom does like a... And then Trobio goes like, oh, Trobio! The voices sound a bit similar. But, well, obviously, like, there's no way Trobio is Mr. Mushroom. Entirely different vibes for those characters. But maybe they do have the same voice actor. I believe. The same voice actor is used for a lot of characters in Hollow Knight and Silksong. And Hollow Knight Silksong. Suspicious crumbly ceiling that I can't do anything with. Yeah, the fact that you can ascend through here to get back up here. Oh, but this is the top. So this, right, this is the very top of that room. I remember now that how we fell into here. Or at least I think I do. Maybe I'm just making up that memory. Because I still, when we were in the red memory, and that like showed the hive part, how Hornet grew up in the hive. Then I mentioned that like I was watching a Silksong Let's Play, and the people there, like way before that point, they're still in Act 1, or they were at that point. They talked about like, yeah, and Hornet was of course raised in the hive, and I was like, wait, did I know that? That's crazy that I forgot that. And then last stream I talked about that when we were in the red memory. I was like, yeah, it's crazy. I had completely forgotten that Hornet grew up in the hive, or was at least partially raised there. But I'm like, now that I'm thinking about it again, I don't know that did I ever know that? I'm not convinced that I did. Like some part of it rings a bell to me, maybe. But that could also just be me inventing a false memory, because like human brains, like human memory does tend to work that way. Like I'm pretty sure it's been proven that like you can get people to fabricate false memories pretty easily. So like maybe that's what's happening here. Maybe I never knew that. But it sounds like it was just common knowledge, at least to an extent. So I'm really not sure what to actually think of this. Oh well. So, looks like there's an ascension point here. I guess what I'm really trying to say is that I would love to find out the place in Hollow Knight. Or like where did people get this knowledge from? Before Silksong, what told people that Hornet was raised in the hive? I mentioned there must be like one line of dialogue or 2 lines of dialogue. Maybe it's like a Dreamnail dialogue with Vespa. No, wait, but Vespa's already a ghost, so you can't Dreamnail Vespa. Maybe it's just a chat with Vespa? I'm not sure. But like I remember parts of the conversation with Vespa. And it's like they tell the knight something along the lines of like, know that I am not the queen you seek. It is the pale beings that bear blame for your nature, not I. I swear it's dialogue, something like that. And maybe she also comments on the Hive Knight, who is at that point defeated by you, because you don't get to talk to Vespa before you defeat the Hive Knight. So like I don't really know. Now this is where we fought Lace. And this is what, yeah, this is the elevator. That's why I thought it was broken, because it is. It's broken. It's laying in shambles up here. But now, where did we actually spawn after Act 3? I think we're getting quite close to that point. If we're not already there. Oh my goodness, this place is quite destroyed, isn't it? Did I have the double jump at this point? I think I did. I must have done. I think I even had double jump the first time we fought Grandmother Silk. Even before we had the whole trap situation set up. Check the wall. Nothing there. Okay. Now this place here isn't on our map, actually. There might very well be stuff to explore here. Is there a flea here, do you think? Right, this is the part that you climb up to get to Grandmother Silk initially. We can climb up it now. I'm honestly, I am kind of expecting to find Mr. Mushroom up there. I don't know what else would be here. Do you think Nu is gonna appear? No, because there's not a boss corpse here. Grandmother Silk is in the abyss, being tormented by Void. So it's not like Nu's gonna be here inspecting the corpse of Grandmother Silk. I feel like it must be Mr. Mushroom. I don't know. It would be quite tragic if a flea had somehow ended up here, but I don't know. This seems like a sneaky special area that a flea couldn't... Like, how would a flea get here? Would they have come here since I opened this direction up? I don't know. Okay, the ascend ability is definitely required here. Oh. Claim. We can claim something here. We've been claiming a lot of stuff. This can't be another quest. We already have all of them. Wait, this is Grandmother Silk's arm! That's what this is. That makes sense that it would exist, I guess. Okay, we're getting more silk slowly, but I'm assuming that's just a cool little lore side effect and not the main thing that we're claiming. Bound the silk... The final silk skill! Pale nails. Press RB. Spin lethal talons from thread that seek out enemies. What homing things? Silk skills can be equipped in the crest screen of the menu. That's crazy. I couldn't have come back here... Woven. Bind all silk skills. That's awesome. That's some progress. I couldn't have come back here, like, very long ago, because we didn't have Ascend too long ago. Like, we got it, what, the stream before last stream? Something like that. It had to be after we'd gone down to the Abyss. Although, I guess that could be pretty close to the beginning of Act 3. Certainly early Act 3. So you could technically, like, go straight, yeah, like, I guess immediately after Act 3 starts, you could go down to the chapel, talk to the shamans, then go to the Abyss, and then you have Ascend. So you could technically come back here immediately. However, that is not what we did, and at this point I'm not sure if we even have many boss fights left. However, let's try this ability then. We don't exactly have anyone for these to home onto. I assume they would have flight not in a straight pattern like that, had there been any enemies for them to attack. Well, that's fine. I don't mind having this equipped. I don't think I'll be swapping back to parry. Hold on. Before I leave, we don't exactly have a very fast path back up here. So just to make sure, I think I should ascend. Whoops. I think I should ascend in the top right part of this room as well, even though I believe we've seen everything. Or I guess instead of ascending... hold on. Like right here, right above here. Anything at all to find? That looked like a suspicious hole there, but I think we're fine overall. Yeah, so this is the platform that we initially fought Grandmother Silk on, I think. Or maybe it's just a little bit... No, I think it's a little bit below that. I think it was like... It might have been a separate screen transition, or at least a bit of a loop that we did. Like, go to the left and then back to the right. Yeah, so I think the thing that arm was on was below the original fight platform. Should I bench warp? This might be the kind of area where you want to run out of it manually. In case someone shows up to talk to you. It can't be Hornet talking to you in your climb out of the abyss like it was in Hollow Knight. Because we are Hornet! It would be quite shocking if Hornet, if another Hornet just showed up and started talking to us. I guess I would just have to assume that it's Nosk or something. Hold on. Is there anything to the side of that tunnel? Like if I try to go left here? No, okay. I think we are fine then. Did I play the needle in here? I must have done, but try again anyway. Oh, also apparently Greyroot, the one who put that root parasite in us. Apparently they do a pretty funny needling song. Like they barely sing, they like wiggle a lot, and they sort of like, I don't know. They like hum wordlessly or something. Like is there really... Like, did I really never try to play the needle into them? Or did I just forget that that's what they do? Because when I saw that in a Let's Play I was watching, I was surprised, because it didn't seem familiar to me at all. Whoa, 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 whoa. Steamy tunnel. Steamy tunnel. Steam in the tunnel. I think I can remove this marker now. We'll see, though. I'm curious about sitting on a bench. I want to see what things look like there. What is this marker about? Why is there a golden marker? Oh, right. That's this damn suspicious thing. Well, I did get a silk skill up there. I don't expect that this will... Oh, I don't even have enough silk for it. Oh, well. I was gonna say maybe those new projectiles will break it, but... Oh, actually, look at that. Silksong to the rescue again. I can now try this out, but again, I don't... Whoa, I don't really expect they'll do anything. Yeah, they did not. Yeah, I expect that that's just nothing then. Should I use a separate color for things that we think are nothing? Maybe let's swap this out for one of these. I don't know that I think this is nothing. What about that Carmelita one? We do think, like, we're quite certain that that is nothing. Okay, good. That is silver color. We also think this is nothing. This I'm very suspicious about still, even though I haven't got a clue what it could be or what I could do there to make anything happen. And maybe we already did make something happen. In any case, I'm certainly less certain. What? I'm less certain about that one. So that will not be getting a silver ring. This is also a very funny point in the game to finally start color coding our things. I should also go through my notes, shouldn't I? Because we've got a lot of things written down in our to-do list that I should check. Actually, hold on. There was a Let's Play. I was watching RT Games Silksong playthrough, and they got to Whiteward, and I swear they like did something there that I hadn't done. They like used a key that I didn't remember using, and it might be that I just didn't remember using. Yeah, that I did use it and I didn't remember it. But that might be something to try. Oh, but this right here, the thing that's highlighted. I don't know why I started trying to point with my finger when I'm already highlighting it with a cursor. This right there, to the left of the Citadel Spa. I want to go there. I'm awfully suspicious of it. Because I'm pretty sure there's just like a... You can hear an item through a wall. It's a mask shard, I think. Hold on, actually, how many mask shards do we even need? Oh, pale nails, let's read it. Technique taken from the primal source of silk. Spin talons from thread that seek out enemies. Right. Mask shards. Okay, we need 2 more. But I think one of them is there. And, well... I would like to go get it. I'm going to try. Can I ascend through here? I don't think that I ever tried. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, wait. We tried this today. That's incredible. I love having a memory and using it for things. I'll go sit at this bench again. And looks like I have some other markers along the way here as well. Maybe we can clear those out. Maybe we won't be doing that at all. Also, yes, I still remember the plasma overdose. We just... I want to be near an NPC that I think might have a reaction to it. Oh, we haven't defeated the Void version of you. Again, I don't think these are separate Hunter's Journal entries. But still. Might be interesting. Whoa, I like this music. I remember Cogwork Core. I'm pretty sure I've even talked about this. At some point I like listed my favorite tracks. Well, at several points. There was one time when I listed more than I usually do, and this was definitely included in that. The weird clock-sounding Cogwork Core track. I like it. It's in my, like, the top 6 tracks, I think. There are definitely tracks that I like more than it, but, I quite like that too. Where the hell is the second Sentinel? We were told that they've been, like, running around and helping people. And we've seen some of that. But I'm not convinced that we've seen all of that. I think there might be parts of the Citadel where we can run into them again. And, like, these... I swear these used to do double damage. I don't know. It just seems a bit strange to me that they would give in so easily. And just make all of these environmental hazards deal a single damage. Because, like, you know, it's not like... Whoa. It's not like you accidentally make these things deal double damage. I really thought that this was part of their... like, part of the design. And, like, again, I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea to make these not deal double damage. I guess I would expect them to nerf some damage sources like that. But not all. And maybe that is what they did. Like, maybe the lava still deals double damage back in Deep Docks. But it's just these cogwheels. These cogs don't deal double damage anymore, which I think it probably makes sense. Like, why should these deal double damage? That just makes things more annoying. But also, maybe I'm misremembering and maybe these always dealt single damage. I'm making no claims about them always having done double damage. Okay, I'm making some claims, but I'm not saying that I'm necessarily right about it. I'm saying that I think they used to deal double damage. Not confirmed. Will need to be verified. Okay, we can ascend through this room. Whoa. Right, so this thing here is still closed. And I think at this point in the game, there's just no chance that we don't have what we need to open this, right? Like, there's just no way. We must have everything that the game could ever expect us to have to unlock something like this. So then what am I missing? Is it perhaps... like, if I went back here to where... Stop it. Freaking tea kettle enemies. Go away. Is there a secret path to the left from here somehow? Or up? To the left or to the up? To the death or to the pain? Let's go back. I'm not finding anything here. Like what? Would there be a way down? I just really don't want to leave this room again, leaving this door suspiciously closed. Oh, and apparently there's something that you can do if you get the red memory before going to Carmelita. So you would need to use, you would need to get 3 hearts by doing the 2 main story ones, and then one, and get the 3rd one from Green Prince. And then if you go to Carmelita, at that point, when you already have done the red memory, apparently there's some sort of special effect. And I wonder what that is. Of course, we can't get it now because we've already done Carmelita, and we did Carmelita. Wow! We did Carmelita before we did red memory. Oh, let's try this. Not that. Not that. This. They do home in. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't. We were told that they did. It's not like I expected it that to be a lie. Excuse me, you're taking a while to kill. Thank you. We still haven't found... What haven't we found? We haven't found the next pale oil yet. And, well, presumably the final one. If there are 2 more pale oils somewhere, I'm going to be shocked. Theoretically, could maybe make it under this bridge, but I don't think that's what they'd want from you. Still, I should run through this whole room and see. Is there any way down? No, we're just back here now. How do you open that door then? Is there like a secret lever hidden in that room? We can go to the left from here, but that's not going to help us with that specific door. Oh no, I'm sorry to interrupt the gorgeous choral chambers music. The absolute masterpiece that is the choral chambers soundtrack. I think I can even hear an enemy behind that door on the left. Ouch. Whoa, 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 Hornet. We're not about to die to a silly little butterfly thing. Not a butterfly at all, but you know what I mean. I guess a butterfly would be huge and terrifying. In Hollow Knight. Though, of course, we have the life seed butterflies, but those are obviously not to scale with actual real-life butterflies. I must heal. I must heal. I put myself in a troublesome situation. Now, was I able to climb behind that door somehow? No. Wait, actually, hold on. This looks like one of those, like... Silksong has a lot of these things where there's a vertical hallway and then you create a horizontal path through it. So I think, since it doesn't seem like we can approach this from the right, perhaps we approach this from the left. And that's what opens that door. And maybe we've already done it? I don't remember doing it though. Now what is this marker here? Whoa, 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 whoa. Who do you think you are crawling out of the ground? We're not in Deep Nest. Deep Nest isn't even a thing here. Uh-oh. Right, and another case of these, there's a horizontal path going across here. So, very clearly, we're going to enter from one direction and exit from the other. Okay, so, we have 2 options. We either come from the right or we come from the left. Which direction do you prefer your come from? I will be approaching from the right. We do have Ascent now, so perhaps this is a good path to check. Look, is that Great Gourmand? Have you turned evil perchance? No, you're just still eating. Oh, 'tis merely the livid red bug. I was expecting some word from those above to explain the meaning of all this rumbling and shaking. They fail in their holy duties. My master must be shielded from such inconveniences, else their digestion be disrupted. There are worse fates than indigestion, sir. You are fortunate to be unharmed. I feel like Hornet must despise Loyal Mergwyn, right? Like, Hornet surely isn't a big fan of Loyal Mergwyn. If I understand Hornet's character whatsoever. Fortune has nothing to do with it. I am simply of a hardier breed than the insipid young servants of these recent wretched times. Right, Mergwyn. The master has a mighty endurance, yet all of this rumbling and breaking makes me fearful for their safety. Fear not, I will stay by their side until my old shell crumbles away. Indeed you will, I guess. I think you suck, Mergwyn, whatever. Let's play a song. Your tastes are refined. Eat, eat. Right, right. You are the best of us. Eat, feed. Well, cool. Carry on. Or don't. I honestly couldn't care less. Goodbye, weirdos. You have not given me the secret that I seek. The secret that I sought, and the secret that I still do seek. Can I... What was this direction? I remember being here. At least 2 times, in fact. But it doesn't seem to be doing anything. I don't know. I probably got an item from here and that's it. Still. Because there are 2 secret passages above us that I don't know how to unlock, I must be suspicious. I must suspect every single little direction. Though perhaps I should have played the needle in there also. So, I'm also very curious about this, like this parkour thing that we did here. Wait, didn't I just... Looks like I just walked past a vertical passage. What do you mean the entrance to it is down here? I could have sworn it was way higher. I remember doing like a whole climb from the spa bench. You're telling me there's an entrance like about here? Oh my goodness, you are telling me that. Thank goodness for the map. I guess that wall did like look breakable. Okay. This whole time when I looked at the map, I thought that this vertical path was that spike thing that I climbed up. Apparently, it is not so. Oh no, it is. It's just that this part is below it. Yeah, perhaps I should... Oh. This is how they expect you to do it. I was just... That's funny. I interrupted my sentence. But turns out that sentence was talking about what this reveals to us. I was saying that, like, like, are we actually meant to do this spike tunnel by, like, using the ascend ability? Because it seemed to me... Because, like, of course, when we did the spike tunnel, we didn't even have double jump yet. So I ended up doing, like, a wall climb bogo up it. But, like, it was clear that this isn't how you're meant to do it. And I was curious, well, how does the game expect you to do it then? Because at first I thought maybe you get double jump and that makes this easier. But it doesn't seem to me like double jump makes this... Oh, well, I can't even try it with double jump now because I'll immediately get carried by this. Yeah, so the answer wasn't double jump. It was a hidden wall below. Yes, but I wonder if I've seen other platforms like this. That I didn't check down the underside, check out the underside of. Because we've definitely seen platforms like this, but did I ever see any that I didn't check below? Also, like, surely if there were going to be a path to the right from here that, like, leads us through that horizontal path, it would start here. Like, it must start from the right part of this room. But I'm not seeing anything like that whatsoever. Right? Like, this doesn't lead to the right. Whoa, 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 Hornet. Don't go around falling into propellers. But also, like, I don't know, maybe these never did 2 damage, because I swear I didn't need to heal that frequently when I was attempting this. Or did I? Did I really do this while these things dealt 2 damage each time we got hit? Oh, nice bounce. Nice bounce. Good job. Nice throw. What the hell do I do then? Those 2 gleaming golden markers are still exactly as suspicious as they were before. In fact... Well, no, I was gonna say in fact even more so, but no. They are still just about as suspicious. Someone got consumed by void back there. Unfortunate. What a tragedy. No, I just can't. Like what? Do I play the needle in? None of these look like things that should respond to the needle in being played. They don't look like that at all. Yeah, and it's not doing anything, right? Interesting though. One of these cobwebs is in the foreground. I'm running behind it. That's why I played the needle in again, because at first I wasn't sure what that effect was. Even though I didn't think it was caused by the needle in. I wanted to make sure. So, ah, dang it. So those are still just going to remain being all weird. Weird suspicious paths that I don't know how to access. I guess theoretically it's possible that I will like enter a door that takes me through like a sub area, and then the door exit is like behind these somehow, but like, what? Is that really what I think? No. I just also don't know what else to think, really. Okay, we'll go check out that other golden marker, which is, well, In a very similar vein, it's something mysterious in a wall that I don't know how to access. Sherma hasn't returned here. Can I? I should probably go sit on the bench, but also... Okay, nothing to ascend to here. And I was curious if that ascension move would trigger that lever, and it has done so. I've left the showers on still, and they seem to be getting water or a silk goop or whatever that is. Soul. They seem to be getting it from somewhere. It has not run out. Maybe it's being recycled, and we're only, like, using energy to keep it flowing. That might be it. Like, what is the point of turning these off? Do these play a part in the mystery of this golden marker to our left? Because if you turn it off, you can hear it creaking all the way to the left, can't you? Like, I turned this on, and you hear creaking. And I don't know, like, that could simply be the thing itself turning on. Like, it's just, okay, the shower's turning on. That's the creak of the shower turning on. But, like, the fact that it sounds like it's coming from farther away, it could just be a detail, like, okay, the water's flowing from there, so you're turning off some mechanism over there as well. But, well, I don't know. It's making me suspicious, because it's roughly in the direction of that gleaming marker. Maybe we need to only have the upper shower on and the lower shower off or something. I don't know. Wait, what's this? Have I really not dropped down here? Because this isn't on the map, it seems. It indeed is not. What? Why wouldn't this be on the map? Did this only get revealed in Act 3, or did I just, like, happen to not drop down that pit? And then we never fully explored it? I don't know. We've definitely explored similar tunnels to this. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we've explored this specific one. So, that's why we're checking. Dang it. That's fine. Taking damage gives us silk back. I really quite like having the Silksong charm on. I think it's quite convenient. Just having enough silk to go around is quite lovely. Whoops. I don't know, like, the pattern of this does feel familiar, though. I feel like I have climbed through this. Oh, and especially this bit here. Sounds familiar. Oh, climb fast, climb fast. Yeah, this is what we use to get to the hot spring, it seems to me. That seems to be exactly where this is leading. I should have realized that before. Yeah, so we've definitely climbed through this. But I don't think we're seeing anything new here. Well then. Well then. What the hell? Why isn't this on our map? That seems a bit rude. Maybe if I sit on the bench now, it'll get marked. Though I doubt it. It did not get marked. Well, I will go investigate the golden marker. And if it doesn't immediately show us something, maybe I'll come back here and try all the different combinations of the elevator. Each time coming over here to check what this looks like. Right, like this... Hold on. No. I've pointed out before that this tunnel here, like this section of the wall looks suspicious. And I think by now, I should be smart enough to recognize the pattern. I've seen this in other places enough that this must be a horizontal tunnel coming from the left. But where from then? All the way from the slab? That seems unlikely. I will run left, and we'll see if there's a thing we could ascend. Oh, ho, ho, look at that. That's what we needed. No need to go all the way to the slab. Okay, and this should be... Oh, no, it's not a mask shard then. I thought I remembered the noise that was audible through the walls here. I thought I remembered it being the mask shard noise, but no, it's just a regular item glimmer. What are you? Heavy rosary? Only a heavy rosary necklace? I mean, that's still a thing we hadn't gotten before. And I guess we probably need rosaries for something. There's that one expensive thing that Frey sells for our house. So if nothing else, we need rosaries for that. And I don't think we bought out everything from Jubilana or Grindel. So we do want rosaries, but, well... Certainly it would have been preferable... Okay, we can remove this marker now. It certainly would have been preferable... to also find a mask guard. At the moment, we still need 2 more of those. Hold on, let's... I should use my silk thing. That sounds like a fun time. Whoa! They all went after that one enemy. I wonder how they choose which one to go after. Like, is it the one that's closest, or is it the one that's, like, has the least health left? I don't know. It must be the one that's closest, because, like, how would it know who has the least health left? That's crazy. Even I don't know that, unless I've been keeping track and know how much health they start off with. Ow, wow, wow. This is rude of you, my friend. Rude. Awfully rude. Piercing someone with... piercing someone with void tendrils. I don't like it. Now, of course, you do the same kind of projectile attack that Lost Lace did. And I mean, of course, also the tendrils, but... It's just interesting. I guess why I'm pointing out the projectile attack is that the lace projectile attack gave me a decent bit of trouble. Mostly because it was the only attack that was dangerous to my strategy of healing. I can't climb up through here, can I? Look at that tilted spike up there. It is slightly bent. It is tilting. Well, I will still head towards the slab. Whoops. Because this room here has an open ceiling that I don't really know that I've explored. On the map, I mean, this was looking quite open-ended. Now, the game hates me and doesn't want to let me climb up. We can't be having that now, can we? No, we can't. Oh, whoa, whoa. Fun time for you to become alive. I mean, I know they... Oh, you're kidding me. I know they gave me ample warning, but... Sheesh. Hello? I would like to get some silk off of you before we get murdered. Because you all deal double... I love falling right onto you. That's my favorite activity. That's fine. We have a spot bench right next to that. And not only that, if we wanted to get a closer bench, we could. We could simply run over to the slab, because the slab bench is nearby. Look at the decorations there. Hold on just a moment. Look at this pattern. What a crazy pattern. And I guess also on these railings in the background. You can say what you like about the Citadel, but you can't say that it's not decorated, because that wouldn't be true. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think this might be another room that simply we don't ascend through, like that one near the entrance to Putrefied Steps. Is that what it's called? Petrified? Whatever it's called. No, Steps is Blasted Steps. What's Putrefied? Putrefied Ducts. That's fine. They can be putrefied if they like. I won't stop them. Right, we also have a golden marker here. I guess I could go and check that out. It's in a room that we definitely already got something in, but I think there was something that was suspicious about it. Did I have Ascend? Did I have the ability to silk soar straight up into the skies when I last was there? That's an interesting question. We shall have to check. Right. That's the issue. We hear... We do hear a suspicious noise in here. And that can't just be for nothing. Do we think this might be Mr. Mushroom, who just has a lower pitched voice? Like, surely it's not a thing where, like, I enter this room from another direction also. It's an indoor area. It would be quite unlikely, although I guess not impossible. Like, excuse me? There must be something we can do here. I will not believe it. Like, this marker's not getting removed. At least not until I am fully convinced that there's absolutely nothing else to do in the game. Wait! I just didn't try playing the needle in here? What the hell? Old Penitent. Song, is it? You have brought Song? You are of the Citadel, then. How many of you? I am alone, sir. You needn't fear. I am no servant of the Citadel. Are you a prisoner of theirs? Prisoner? I understand you not. There is no prison here. This is a holy place of forgiveness. Please, speak with reverence. Okay, are you someone who is a prisoner, and just is delusional? Or are you perhaps here from before this was a prison? Like, was this maybe a place, like, it says Old Penitent. Like, did you come here over your own free will as penitents? Before this place even was the slab, before there were jailers and everything? Maybe. Forgiveness. Right. If this place was holy once, no evidence remains. Even as a prison, it has been neglected. If you wish, I can free you. You can descend through the caverns below until you find a settlement. You are asking me to leave this place? What a strange, fearful thought. Such a sin would never... No. By the grace of the Citadel, I am here as the penitent. Here, I can hide from the shame of my sins until they are withered away by time. What was your sin? You worked like 1 minute less overtime on the day than that confession stand told you? Leave this place, please. Strike me down dead before you speak such blasphemy again. Okay, we can't strike you down dead. Will you tell me of those who guard this structure? They are servants of the Citadel, are they not? Servants? They too are penitents. In a past age, that caste committed their own sacrilege against the Citadel. A sin long forgotten, but so grave that their offspring and the offspring of their offspring carry the guilt with them still. To serve here is their only hope of absolution. Ah, yes. Wonderful. That's not an awful thing to do at all. If the weight of your sins bear down upon you, you may remain here with me in penitence, sister. Uh-huh. How about I play a little song to you and then I carry on my merry way? Or I guess the song only summons you. And you have no other comment. Is that your hand? Like, what am I seeing? Like, what are these here? Are those your fingers? No, I think those are like your full legs. Something like that. Ah, your song. So long I've sat in silence. Tell me, are all songs played now as exquisite as this? Or has time made my hearing unrefined? I wouldn't know. Well, I guess, no. We have heard, like, the psalm cylinders. Actually, there are probably a couple that I can give to the guy who seeks them. Vaultkeeper Cardinius, something like that. But yeah, Hornet, like overall, Hornet wouldn't know what the song of the past was like here, I guess. Other than from the cylinders. This art is new to me, and my skill is limited, but your appreciation is not unwelcome. Ah, the beauty of it. It is almost painful to my weary senses. Perhaps, though, this pain is merely part of my penitence. Play on, will you? I would join your tune. Just forgive me if my voice has become brutish. Yes, please sing. That's what I've been trying to get you to do. The sin, drawn down, blessed call. From wastes from darkness, voices pleading. Sisters accord. Silence above. I love how the whole world is rumbling. And I also love how they, like, cleared their voice before they started. Honestly, I feel like you're above average in terms of all the bugs that we've had sing for us. Some of them, like, basically just do, like, a hoarse whisper. Okay, sorry to interrupt you. I think we got what we needed. What? I'm not trying to scare you. Oh, yeah. Alright, well. If I exit and re-enter, I imagine you will be hiding again and I would need to summon you. Yeah, okay, well. That's good. We can remove a golden gleaming marker. The penitent. Right. Oh, hold on. Mount Fae. There was a secret here that we were told about, but we never found. Assuming, of course, that we never found it. Maybe we found it before we were told about the secret and I just couldn't remember or didn't figure out that that was what it applied to. Okay, but I think I won't go. I think I won't go there immediately. Whoops, wrong thing to play. Bring me to a railway station. I think I will go to Fleetopia. And I'm not sure if I will actually pay for a hint quite yet. Hold on, how much money do I have? I'm not sure I'll pay for a hint quite yet. I don't have a lot of money at all. I don't know that I'll pay for a hint. However, what I will do is I think we can see. Like, we can see that there are, like, 3 hints for this area and 3 hints for another. So we might be able to see that, like, okay, there are grubs left in Bilewater and in this area and that area. And that might at least be a bit of a hint, even if we don't pay for one. We'll see. Maybe that's a silly thought. Maybe that won't be particularly helpful. Oh no, the barn axe, I forgot. Wow, can't believe it. I broke out of that before I got eaten. That's lovely. I love not being eaten. No, 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 what did I just say? Stop it. I was at that moment expressing my clear desire to not be eaten. And what do you do? Did you listen to my wishes? You did not. Yep, I was gonna say, there's a Barnack here. I can never properly avoid them, but at least this time I didn't take damage on that run through. My goodness, this cave might be, this cave might be safe. But the journey to it certainly isn't, which perhaps is even better. Wait, was this platform always here? I don't know that it was. Freaking barking fleas, who are you? You are hold on, no, don't tell me. I'm not looking at, it's Grishkin, right? It is. Our travels have ended, and now soon the world will also have end. At such bitter of times, brew with friends is most sweet. I don't need your brew, actually. Oh, hello, Flea Master Mushka. So many lost fleas have made it here. Truly, I never dared to hope we could gather in such a grand company. I have no idea what accent I'm doing for you, I'm just being weird. But oh, the world has grown so dangerous, and there may be more lost fleas out there. I do hope they can find their way to us. I do too. That's actually why I'm here. Alright, have a chat with... can I visit your spa again? My treasured guest, what need have I of rosaries now that all is ending? Please use my spa carriage, free of charge. Dear Krat is only too happy to provide... Oh, about Krat, actually. Turns out I missed out on a funny thing you can do. Like, at that time when Krat creeps on you, after you come out here and they've slapped Krat and Krat is like, oh man, ouch, my cheek. You can actually hit Krat again, and then they become like a bouncing ball, and you can pogo them around, and you can hit them into spikes if there are spikes nearby. So that's pretty great. I don't really have a need of a spa, to be honest. Like, I can just sit on a bench, and Eva's Blessing will... it'll do something for us for sure. In fact, this is slower than Eva's Blessing. Krat, you're gonna need to upgrade your facilities. Although I realize you might not have access to such mystical powers as I do. Hello. You will tell me hints. The Citadel, Mount Fae, and Bile Lands. Yes, interesting. So does the one that costs more, does that mean that there are more fleas that way? Perhaps. Actually, maybe I'll pay 80 rosaries for Mount Fae. I just want to see what the hint system even looks like. Will you just mark it on my map? I have marked your map, Bug. See the learnings of fleas are lost across the lands. If you are as brave as told by fellow fleas, seek them, save them, for a caravan haul. Will do. It doesn't seem like we're missing too many fleas. I wonder if 80, if that was for one flea or several. And the price might be different per area also. You have marked my map, have you? What? It's right near the bench? I was just there, wasn't I? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Oh, hello, you are Varga. You don't like the other ones. Those great rumbles from beneath, they have sound similar to giant beast. Such beast is much sorrowful, though, I am think. Fleas and monsters alike have their troubles. They sure are sorrowful. Well, it's also kind of a combination of monsters. It's Grandmother Silk. But also, it's the Void. And Grandmother Silk is certainly a complicated character. They did a bunch of awful stuff, and they are kind of the villain of this game, but then also at the end of the day, they did care about Lace, it seems. And they weren't, like... The real enemy we were fighting at the end was the Void, although the only reason we used the Void was to get rid of Grandmother Silk. Well, so lots of crazy situations. We must be able to ascend through here, right? Wait, fungal. This is fungal waste stuff. These are mushrooms. These are fungal waste spores. Mr. Mushroom must be here. They just must be. And that's like a shroom lore tablet, although we can read it without having spore shroom. We speak... Master Herald! Yes. That is Mr. Mushroom. We speak the wish of the Master Herald, he who signs an age's end. Under chapel fallen to the monarch's might, over camp collapsed to the black thread plight. Okay, this is getting a whole separate section. La 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 la. What level heading does this need to be? 3. Mr. Mushroom. Tablet above. No, not Flea Bottom. Fleatopia. Under chapel fallen to the monarch's might. Over camp collapsed to the black red plight. It sounds like we're talking about Bone Bottom here. Assuming that both of these are referring to the same location. Scorched field on edge, shells black and burned. But is this the marrow? No, scorched field. Do we know of a scorched field with shells black and burned? Up towers spinning near the surgeon spurned. That is clearly Greymore. We're talking about Yarnaby, and of course that also had like windmill-like things. Okay. I wonder, like, is each separate screen here? Is that topic talking about a separate location? So the first 2 lines talking about Bone Bottom. The second 2 lines talk about Greymore. And then this one will be the next location. Cage of one who raged against the Silken Lie. raged against the silken lie. Fell heart of a frost who soars on high. Assuming that this is all one location, this is going to be Mount Fae. Cage of one who raged against the silken lie. Does that? Do we know that that relates to Mount Fae or the Fae down cloak that we got? I'm unsure. Ah. Past Cradle's Peak. Last test of fitness. Didn't we just climbed up the cradle though? Curious. That the age may pass this shroom its witness. Okay. And Hornet talks about it. We finally found a Mr. Mushroom location. So, the Herald visits this land too. If he is here now, then great change or a savage end is inevitable. He would care to see nothing else. Passing of the Age, Promise Wish. Wait, hold on. Passing of the Age, isn't that the name of the achievement for getting the Mr. Mushroom ending in Hollow Knight? I think so. Wish promised. That's crazy. We got to see fungal waste imagery here. That's very exciting. I did talk about before that, like, I don't know that I could have missed Mr. Mushroom yet, because, like, well, no. But what I said was that in Hollow Knight, Mr. Mushroom is in a clearly, like, fungal mushroom-related area. But in this game, we haven't had an area like it. We haven't seen anything that looks at all like mushroom stuff. And, well, turns out, the place that looks like mushroom stuff was hidden here. I'm certainly glad that I was suspicious of this rumbling ceiling here. And I guess what we really needed was the ability to ascend. What do you tell me? Inspect. I know we've read this several times, but I just want to read it again. Sisters, spiders, watch these waters flow. Cleansing, binding, a silk from shell, memories of our kingdom calm. Right, okay. I don't think that's too special. I was watching Born Losers Gaming play Silksong, and they had a very interesting thought about when they found Eva. They had a very was it after they found Eva and we're just talking about Eva? In any case, they had an interesting thought about Eva. Was that, like, could Eva be also a child of Hera? Like, could it be? Because first of all, Eva is, like, hidden away down below in this weave nest, which the weave nests seem to be locations where weavers hid away from Grandmother Silk, is my impression. I'm not quite sure about that. But in any case, Eva is similar to Hornet, in that they are, like, sort of weaver but sort of not. And Eva is apparently, like, so weak that they have to stay in there. So their thought was that was Hera's first attempt, because Hera, for some reason, like, clearly wanted a child who was also partially, like, a higher being, or a partially a pale being, something like that. And maybe Eva was their first attempt at that. That didn't work out as well as Hornet. And I think that's a very interesting thought. I think that makes sense. And I just wanted to mention it. So we have a flea marker for there. I don't think... hold on. We have the Bylands and we have the Citadel, right? Let me check the prices again. You sound exhausted to have to talk to me. Okay, 150 in the Citadel and 120 in the Bylands. I don't know how many fleas this refers to, because we paid 80 for the one in Mount Fae. It might not increase linearly per flea either. And it might be that each of these is just one flea. And it's just a larger area. Okay, so Citadel and Bylands both have at least one flea. No, I don't want to refill my flea brew. Are you kidding me? What'll I do with that? Use it? I guess we could. Our home found safe, so briefly known. These caves quake, black and shake and groan. They sure do. Goodbye, fleas. Worry not. We're not in any immediate danger. You know what would be tragic if, like, all of a sudden one of these beastlings got infected by the void. That would be unfortunate. Okay, let's go to the slab. Wait, yeah, hold on. Mount Fae, but wasn't the flea revealed near this bench, which is... I thought this was part of the slab. I guess it... okay, well, whatever. Whatever. And now you're telling me that there's just a flea here. Oh, you can just ascend. Hold on, how do I use ascend here? Okay. How do I use ascend without sitting on the bench? Hey, and that's that door. The door to our right. Might we finally be able to open it as well? I'm not sure. In any case, that's another flea. But no, we still can't open this door. Oh, well, that's not exactly a door, but that pile of rubble. I've been suspicious about it for ages, and I still don't know what to do about it. Oh, now the flea... Well, the at least one flea in Citadel. Do we think that they might be, well, near those 2 golden markers that we were trying to figure out previously? I don't think that's fully out of the question. Too bad I still don't know what to make of these golden markers. What's down here? Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Just a bit of ground to run on. That's fine. I think it's been ages since we actually were down here. Like, we were here, I think, when we got to Mount Faye the first time, and we didn't even have the claw line. And I don't think I've ever dropped down all the way down to the bottom like this. So there we go. Probably worth it to take another look there, like we just did. Wait, Chakra's bench isn't here anymore, is it? Yes, it isn't. We have check to the left here. What the hell's that? Oh, that's the coral tower marker. That's right. So the Pinsrus told us there's a secret at the center of this mountain somewhere. And I'm not sure if we have it yet. They told us that we need to, like, wriggle up through a path of something. I don't fully remember what they said. I probably wrote it down. Hold on. We shouldn't be dashing past things so recklessly. Let's not be hasty. Can I use ascend over here on the left somewhere? Probably not. Seems unlikely. We will not even try. What about that ascendy bit, though? We have gone to the left from here. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know that I can find anything new out here, really, because I feel like I already tried finding that winding path. Whoops. And I had all the abilities that I currently do. So I don't exactly know what sort of new thing I could reveal for myself here. But we shall try. Some of our minutes may go to waste, but that is a sacrifice that I am willing to make. It's crazy how much movement we have. There's just so much. Hold on, how did I swear there's like a special interaction here. I've talked about this before, or like I've noticed this before, but then I tried using it immediately after, and then I think it didn't work. Yeah, so if you like dash into a wall and jump up, I feel like that's like a special interaction. Well, I guess it doesn't have anything to do with the jump with the wall, or rather with the dash, because you also just do a regular jump like this. I don't know. It just feels like they transition into each other very smoothly. It feels like there's like a slight special bit of magic sauce there to make that feel extra comfortable. I don't know. It feels like dash into a wall and then jump is some kind of special interaction. But I could just be fully making that up. Okay, well, this isn't exactly a thorough exploration of this area that I'm performing right now, is it now? Where's the path that I wriggle up, I would like to perform some wriggling, if you don't mind. And even if you do mind, I will perform it. And I would like to perform it. So maybe just don't mind. Ascend. I mean, it's got to be with ascend something, right? Excuse me, you're about to get some stuff thrown at you. What? Why are you facing that way? Oh, was it after my things that I tossed? Perhaps. Servitor Boran. This servitor has been heavily damaged by time and the elements. Its actions have grown erratic. It seems no longer able to discern friend from foe. Oh, so that's why this one's attacking us. I thought it was, like, meant to be attacking us. But I guess not. Like, is this something I can ascend through? I don't think so, but I'll try. Doesn't seem to be. Okay. We did, of course, just recently find a secret like this in the Citadel, where, like, one of these random arches in the ceiling was breakable. Like, could I ascend through here? If I found a thing to stand on at the bottom? I think it unlikely. Okay, fine. I will descend through this. Have I ever defeated any of these enemies? Actually, I should probably try that. Because I imagine we want a hunter journal entry for them. Hello? No, what? It didn't spawn fast enough for those to even get you? That's unfortunate. Please. Like, do you... Does turning you into spikes count as killing you? Like, is this a whole new enemy that shows up? Can I even get an entry for you? Oh, I can't even poke on the damn spikes. Okay, whatever, it's fine. We will... Oh, dang it. I think we'll simply leave this be for now. Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know what to make about that tall descent there. I don't know if it's hiding anything from me or not. That's a massive spool of silk. Was it actually spinning as I was hitting it? I think it was. That's pretty cool. What? You broke my lamp. I remember, actually. You've been doing that before. You've done it. It's just a thing that you do. That was, of course, more of a problem when we couldn't stand this cold. But fortunately, now we have a warm, fade-down cloak. That we didn't even have to fight anyone for, other than the mountain. We did fight the mountain. Standing in that is still bad, right? Let's check. It is bad. Let's not stand in it. I believe we can poke at this. I'm really keeping an eye out for anything suspicious that we could ascend through. That's kind of the whole point of me being here. Like, can I... That's not what I meant to do. Like, this doesn't... This just... You can't do that. You can't ascend through this. Okay, but like something else in this room or nearby. Seems like it could very well be the answer. Right, like what's this ray of... Like, what are these called? God rays, I think? Can I do anything with that? And this platform here. Is this really here just for safety? No, actually, no. This used to be attached to the upper part and then we dropped it down, I think. So it's not here just for safety. Yeah, but it did have something more to it than just that. I mean, okay, I don't think that direction's suspicious. Well, that's a bit dangerous. We're fine, everything's okay. Sort of, yeah. How about this bit of ceiling? No. Everything seems to be in order. Whoops. Can I... do anything up here? No. Seemingly no, anyway. And we don't want to swim down into that water. Whoops, whoops. Is that really not a wall we can grab onto? Excuse me, princess. Okay, I guess not. So here's the bench. I love how warm everything looks here. I've been down this path, clearly. But what did we find here? Whoa, it's all blue. Right, I remember I was like rushing through here because it was cold. Then perhaps... Did I miss something here? I don't think so. This seems like the kind of path that leads you to one item and that's it. But just in case, if we're exploring all these places, all these locations, if we're double checking everything, why should this location be exempt? Okay, so the Citadel flea might be near those gleaming points. Those golden markers. In which case, well, I don't think there's any point in me going there right now immediately. I wasn't able... I just checked them and I wasn't able to figure it out. I think it might be a good idea to let that rest for a bit longer. And instead, after I'm done exploring Mount Fae, or re-exploring it rather, we might go to Bilewater. Or I guess it says Bile Land, so maybe that also includes Sinner's Road. I'm not sure. But in any case, I think we'll go back there and try to find the fleas that are still around there. Wait, that crumbling was a bit suspicious. Was it just a one-time effect, as a lot of crumbling walls, well, do tend to behave? No? I mean, yes, it was. That is what it was. Why did I say no? Okay. That's fine then. I don't think I missed anything here. I mean, that could easily be wrong. There might just be a random hidden wall that I didn't spot. Quite likely. What is this? Did this like have rosaries on it? Probably. It looks a bit like the hat that Sherma wears, but Sherma, as far as I know, should be safe and sound in Songclave. I think I'll go do my plasmium overdose in front of Sherma. That might be a bit cruel, but I want to see how Sherma reacts. There might be other characters that we want to see react, but I don't know how much plasmium we have left. We might need to go back and replenish it. So at least first off, I would like to go talk to Sherma. And look in the background. This is yet another instance of the shape that's very prominent in this kingdom, basically everywhere. The bellway stations, different icons. Seems like it's essentially just the sigil of Fardoom. I'm really concerned that I've already found the path that the pincers talked about, and I'm just not realizing it. Like, what could it be that the path up to the Mask Maker is that the path to the grub? I don't know. Maybe I should go talk to pincers again and try to figure out if we can learn anything further about it. That's not something you can pogo, but that's fine. Could you climb up this without double jump? Looks like you can, at least a little bit. But it's going to take longer, and it's going to be more tricky. Surely I can make this. I can. Whoa, you are a void enemy. That's crazy. As are you. Still die in one hit, though. That's a bit scary. I guess this is how you would get up if you didn't have double jump and all these other overpowered abilities. Although, isn't this something you descend down? I guess they still might want to have a way for you to get up without double jump. Although, this is also the area that you get double jump in, so I don't know if they need to account for you not having double jump. So perhaps you did need to climb up this area first before you even got to double jump. What is this? Did this just have one of those lights on it? I think so. Stop throwing void goop around. That's awfully rude of you, right? This is that passage with the flea and stuff. Maybe I should explore this again. I don't know, because we already did. And yes, I realize that the point of re-exploring is that we explore the stuff that we've already explored again. But maybe I do this climbing bit first. Uncertain. Okay, well, I don't think heading to the left is gonna be the answer here. And I've already checked this upper bit, I think. This leads to Mask Maker. Wait, then what was to the top left of this? Nothing? Yeah, I think that's a big old load of nothing. Wonderful. I don't need that. What am I gonna do with nothing? It's a funny check to get in a rando, that's for sure. But, well, there's only one of those, and you can't do anything with them. Like, I swear I already climbed up this slope too, though. Trying to see if there's, like, a little bit of a passage somewhere. And I don't think there was. Otherwise, I would have went down it and been thrilled that I discovered it. I remember no such discoveries in my past of climbing a slope. Now, overall, we are kind of approaching Pinstress again, so I think I will go talk to Pinstress. If that doesn't reveal any crazy details to me, then we will explore that path where the flea used to be again, just to be sure. And then at that point, I think I'll give up again and we'll be back later for another round of exploration, perhaps. I don't know. I don't really know what else to do about all this. But of course, using the ascend ability in all sorts of different locations here is something I need to make sure I do. Well, okay. Wait, you're alive? I thought you were a corpse before. You seem to be quite alive. Let's play a bit of a song for you then. You're cooing like a pigeon, of course. Could you actually be a pigeon? Like, what are the scales here? I'm uncertain. I wonder if you'll have a different reaction if I had, like, a specific tool on or something. Okay, let's try to ascend. Hey, you like those wings? I got them from you. Fortunately, without even having to kill you. I say as I throw a massive weapon past your head. Don't worry, Hornet has good aim, hopefully. Maybe sometimes. Did I check this wall very thoroughly? We're checking it now. Even though I think well, most likely already checked decently thoroughly anyway. We also have a slope here. Theoretically possible that something could be hidden between one of these pillars. What is this huge jump that Hornet's getting there? Hello? I kept trying to go under this right one, but Hornet just does like a massive jump. That's odd. Right, it's larger than a usual wall jump. Oh well. Yeah, that then. What was that? Was I like being carried by the wind or something? I'm not sure. Some of these wall jumps feel more powerful than typical wall jumps do. Okay, I'm still being quite thorough about checking this, I think. I can descend down the right side here. Do I want to? I guess we're doing it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, overall, it should be fine. We should also be getting close to Pinterest. Just real quick, I want to check this room. I didn't thoroughly check it before. Okay, but I think it's fine. Okay. So, we should be approaching Pinterest, who will maybe, hopefully, graciously give us another hint. Pinterest, you're not dead, are you? Wake up! Hello. What do you sing about exactly? Probably your lost sisters, although one of them's alive. I believe the seamstress is actually related to you. But no song? Fine. A mighty battle we had, my friend. Time now you get to your all-important business. I'll be wishing for your success. Right. You want to give me that hint again or what? Okay, I needed to talk to you first. Yeah, we've heard all this. Okay, well, cool. Wonderful. Just give me a cryptic hint and never say another thing about it. Don't even repeat it. Wonderful. I love how you did that, Pinterest. It's not very helpful to me, though, is it? Whoops. Okay, so what did I say? I'll go down and then I'll check the flea path, or the path that used to have a flea on it. I guess that's what I'll do. I'll inspect the left side closely. Whoa, that was close. Like what? Can I go this way? No. Can I ascend through here? Nope, not that. I'm trying to... I guess I have to sit on the bench first before I can do a needle up move here. Because I need to be holding down without sitting on the bench. Oh, actually, that's... I want to try something now. If I'm paused, and then I press down, and then I... There we go. That's also a way to start holding down there without triggering the bench sit. The right side of this is also kind of blurred. I think that might be intentional. It might, or rather, it might not. It might just have to be like that. It might not be the kind of situation where you still have something to explore in that direction, and that's why it's blurred. I think it's just in general a direction that we can't go in. It will stop us. Okay, and we are back here. We have returned. The servitor Duran or whatever you are, you're still here. But like... Whoa! Can't believe that didn't hit me. Like, could I melt that ice somehow? I don't know. Also, didn't I definitely collected this spool. And I went down at least some passage similar to this. Perhaps not this exact one. So... let's check this again then. Oh, wait, what's that? What is that? Excuse me? Aha! We found it. Good thing it's the last place I checked. Whoa, these are like the magnetite rocks that that first of all make up these platforms and that we also use for our magnetite brooch. An outcrop of magnetite. Indeed. New materium entry. Oh, that's cool. Can I read it in here? Probably not, right? No, that's our new quest. Oh, and they even wrote down the dialogue for us. Wonderful. So these aren't grouped. No, are they? Are they grouped like the dialogue? Under chapel, over camp? No, okay. So these aren't... what I mean by that is that the first two lines here, under chapel and over camp, those were like on the same screen. And it seemed like they were grouped together. And the same goes for the following lines. But the fact that they aren't grouped together here makes me think that maybe each one is talking about a separate area and not two lines for the same one. Interesting. Well, that's convenient that they wrote that down for us here. And we will have to check out the materium entry later. Okay. Hold on. Needle in? I don't expect this to do anything here, but we will try. No, the magnetite does not care for music. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at all these ice crystals. Right, hold on. We can also just stand... Well, we can stand here. Assuming that we don't fall off, of course. Oh, that's a silly maneuver on my part. That's fine. We don't even need to stand up there. We can go this way. Well, we do need to stand up there, but... we can go... oh my goodness. Okay, this is fine. Oh, well, somewhat less fine if I do that. Let's not then. These are pretty fun, though. These crystals. They're pretty fun to deal with. Yes. That's a suspicious platform. I wonder if we could break this to make a shortcut. No, it's an entering area. Okay. I see. Bright Vein. Is this gonna be a platforming challenge? I mean, I guess all of this mountain is already on its own a platforming challenge. I just wanted to see if there was something to the right. It seems like that is not the case. I don't know how worried I need to be about secrets in here. This place itself was quite a secret. I love those, like, I love all those different locations where you just have to ascend through something. Oh, you are a new enemy. I don't know that I'll be able to get an entry for you. But I will try. Because you do have an entry. I guess I must just have the... Yeah, okay, I already have one for these. Nemonord. Defeat 2 more. We should get that done pretty easily. Huge flighted creature formed from cold shard. I thought it said foam for a moment. I wanted to check if that was a typo. You can see some of these creatures floating in the background as well. Okay, I figured that we'd just see more of you on the way. So I didn't need to farm that lower one. And that seems to have been precisely correct. Okay. Whoa, this is not quite how we do it. What are these about? Oh, just for fun? They're... Okay, alright. That's fine. We're allowed to have something for fun. Were you just dying? It looked like I had like a freaking Defender's crest effect on you then, but I think it's just you getting ready to freeze or unfreeze. There we go. Ah, and that's the final one for you. This larger form carries so much weight it can barely move from its place. Yeah, the freaking winged creatures. Oh, where are we going? We could probably poke or wall jump on that left platform. But it's fine. Whoa, you're about to get angry at me. Don't get too angry. I'm simply using you carelessly to platform upon. What's so bad about that? Okay, I guess those breakable crystals on those directions... Whoops. Wait, I can break those spikes. That's crazy. I guess those breakable crystals in these random walls are just decorations mostly. I don't think they serve any other purpose. I don't think I need to be too suspicious of them. It's crazy how much health we have. Like, we were just able to take careless hits along here, along this path. That's pretty convenient. That's another mask shard. Look at you. The second to last one. We need one more after this. I don't think it's in any kind of shop. It must be another secret somewhere. Thank goodness Pinterest told us about this, because honestly, I don't know that I would have ever thought to just like check that upper part of that specific tunnel, especially since we'd already been through it, even after getting the hint. So if we didn't have the hint, I don't think there's any way I would have found this on my own. And it's crazy that Pinterest doesn't even tell you the hint again, or at least they didn't today. So you better write that hint down or remember it the first time. Well, I sure am glad we found that. And there was even a whole separate secret hunter, or a secret enemy here. I guess another thing that might have hinted me and guided me towards this would have been the fact that, like, I probably could have looked at my hunter's journal and I would have seen that we're missing enemies in this area. Like, we would have looked at the other Mount Fae enemies and we would have seen that there's an empty slot, I imagine. But that's quite a difficult way to discover this secret, I think. We would that would essentially lead me to doing the same thing that I did here, which was exploring the entirety of Mount Fae again. But well, there you go. I can now remove this marker, because this marker's purpose was finding this secret area. Okay, I will also try ascending through here, though I don't expect there to be another secret over here. And indeed, it seems like there isn't. Beastling Call, do you function here? You should. Thank you. Deliver me back to a Bellway station, then. Now, what did I say? I would go explore the Bylands. I did say that, didn't I? However, first of all, I think we'll go to the Grand or Great Bellway. Which one is it? Whatever, it's one of those. We will go to Songclave, and we will finally have a Plasmium overdose. The main goal of this stream, realistically, really, has been a Plasmium overdose. And we will see what that does to us. So, first shrine is where we want to go. We will see what Sherma says to that. Sherma has been like providing first aid, or well, aid in general, I guess, medical aid in Songclave. So maybe Sherma will be like, "Oh my goodness, you're suffering, you're in trouble. I must heal you." All right, Sherma, watch this. Aha! What a reaction. No, but how do I plasmium overdose? What? Like, am I actually overdosed right now? It didn't seem like the effect was any different. Do I need to use that crest that lets me infinitely use tools? Maybe I do. Okay, do you respond to it? No. I think I might have messed that up. That consumes a decent amount of shell shards too. Hold on, no, I'm very curious. I don't know if I have enough plasmium right now, like to recharge that stuff, but I guess we'll try. So first off, wrong thing. We go here. Spend silk to rapidly craft new tools. So we also need silk, but that's fine. We have Eva's ability to infinitely regen silk. Now, we want things that make silk regen a bit better. Maybe, no, actually, do we? I guess not. Oh, I also haven't expanded this at all. Okay, so first of all, you are going to just go in one of these slots. Oh, and I can now use this with just RB. That's interesting. Oh, so this... that's why this can have 3 red ones. It's because like you essentially don't get a silk skill. That's very interesting. Okay. That makes a lot of sense actually. Multi-binder. No, not what we need. Speed of silk regen. Is there a thing that makes things cheaper, like Spell Twister in Hollow Knight? Probably doesn't matter too much. I think I'll just have to make sure that I'm at full silk, which we are from sitting on this bench anyway. Alright, Sherma. Watch this. Again, hopefully 13 of these is enough. Or actually, no. Yes. Reserve. 7 out of 20. That is 13. Yeah, I'm not going crazy. Okay. So, we will try, and we'll see how this works. This might not be enough. I'm maybe just wasting shell shards and plasmium charges. But if that's the case... how do I... spend silk to replenish this? That doesn't seem to be working. How do I use unequipped tool? How do I regen stuff with silk? Up and B. Got it. My bad. No, but I haven't got enough silk now. Oh, I fucked it up again. Quick, enemy. Give me an enemy that I can hit. I guess I'm in no rush. I just need to make sure I don't take damage. Which might be easier said than done, given that we're like on a whole different crest now. Hold on, this is not a good direction to do that in. We can climb up, and we can find some enemies here. Or well, that one big crawling enemy, I imagine. Hello? Are you dead? Have you been killed by the collapsing rubble? Come on, okay, this is all I need. Make sure we don't consume stuff with the silk speed anklet. Goodbye. Just, I'm gone. Goodbye, thanks. Thanks for the silk. I will be leaving now. Okay, so I craft bind, so it's up and B. Aha! And now watch this, Sherma. Whoa! Things are happening. Oh. And what's this good for? Now all of my health has turned into plasmium stuff. Will this effect be removed when I sit on a bench or not? Okay, you don't have any response to that. Someone else very well might, though. I'm not going to sit on a bench just yet, because that's right, this effect will stay on us. It's not like a time-sensitive thing. Or at least it doesn't seem to be. So, Grand Bellway. Maybe I'll go talk to Yarnaby? I don't know. This might not be something truly nasty inside me. Oh, what the heck? Was it time-sensitive, or was it the travel that removed it? Well, at this point, I don't think I have enough. What was that other symbol there? Huh. At this point, I don't think I have enough plasmium stuff to overbind again. Okay, it's probably not worth... Like, okay, so like, what was the point of that? Was that just a bad effect? Or does it serve some sort of purpose? Because in Hollow Knight, you have a charm that turns your entire health into lifeblood, but it also... Like, the benefit of that is that it also gives you more health than you would have had anyway. It has like 3 or 4 extra masks. Or 2? 2 to 3, I think. Something like that. I think there's also some synergy with other lifeblood charms. So the point is that, like, okay, you don't get to heal, but the benefit of it is that you have more health than you would have had anyway. And so if you're going into a situation where you feel like you don't necessarily have time to heal, it's beneficial in those situations. But this one, I don't know. Like, I think this one might just be a fully negative effect. In any case, let's switch back to good old Hunter's Crest. I am still interested in doing other playthroughs with other crests, but I think with this playthrough we will be sticking to Hunter's Crest. Wait, so what did I say? I didn't want to explore the Citadel. For grubs, that is. Because I think it's probably just that those golden markers that I don't know. I don't know what to do with them. So, what should I do? Like, should I really go for another run through Bilewater? Perhaps we should. Most likely, the missing, not grubs, the missing... Wait, I can punch you. Wait, can I pogo you? Hold on, get out of this corner. I can pogo you, that's crazy. How do you feel about me pogoing your baby? I don't think you're too happy. Okay, goodbye. I'm taking your child. Like the baby penguin in Mario 64. Do you return? Oh, you do? Oh, that's so cute. Do you sing along? You do. The whole ground's rumbling. That's crazy. Or rather, not the whole ground. My controller is just rumbling a lot. Curious. Okay, well, Bilewater. We can probably try our Ascension ability somewhere here. Have you moved back? I think you must have done. Yeah. Right. Sorry about that whole kidnapping situation. Underworks. Bilelands. Bilelands music is also very pretty. I haven't commented on that while I was in Bilewater ever, I don't think. Ah, cool. I love maggots covering me. It's my favorite thing. In any kind of situation, I think, or I ask myself, could the situation be improved by a whole bunch of silk-eating maggots covering me? And the answer is always yes, because why wouldn't it be? It's so cool. I love when maggots do that. That's the entire point. Like, why do you think we have these pools filled of maggots here? You thought it was to feed the roaches? No. No, like, come on, don't be silly. Obviously, the reason you would have maggots is so they can cling to you and make you feel all gross and eat your silk. That's really the entire point of any creature. Most creatures are just failures compared to maggots. Alright, give me the silk. Anything to ascend through over here? I'm not really expecting there to be, but... Well, actually, decently suspicious room. I have to say. Wait a minute! Where the hell am I going now? Oh, I think we just knew... Did we know of this? Have I been here? I think I have. Have I? Is this location familiar to me? Yes it is. I remember being here. Okay, hold on. We don't want to be in the Underworks at all right now. Or maybe one of those fleas is in the Underworks, because we have some like funny markers here too. Like this or this. Or this or this. Those could be fleas also. So I don't know how... Because like I vaguely remember some of these rooms that I don't know how they would become fleas all of a sudden. Okay, how do you feel about the idea of ascending up through this room? Okay, you feel like you're not going to give me anything for it. I guess... You know what? Well, what am I even arguing with? The game? Yeah, so I guess I just have to take it. Oh well. Here's the bit that we descend down. Actually, I should get enough silk so that if I fall into maggot goop, I might have a chance of binding and being alright afterwards. Speaking of, let's not jump off all randomly. There we go. Yeah, I shouldn't use my double jump initially. The double jump is going to be way more useful towards the end, when we're more likely to be dropping down towards the goop. So use the claw line first. And, whoops, that was not a pogo in the correct direction. That was close, almost got hit by that. Honestly, I think Team Cherry's being too kind. Like, surely, if you get hit by an enemy explosion, like that one, surely that should also apply a maggot effect to you. I think they're being too benevolent. You should find, they should have really brainstormed a bit to come up with more ideas for how, like all the different ways that you could get covered in maggot goop. I think they should just, they should try to make Bilewater a bit more horrible. Now, I imagine this game, like, I don't think this game has a master quest or anything like that. Like a hard mode. Hard mode is just Steel Soul, basically. But it would be kind of cool if they did. And they just, like, they just went all out with being rude to you and making you do things that you don't want to do. Now, top left here, we had a memory locket. So I don't imagine that there's any purpose in going that way. In fact, I won't even do so. I will not be going that way. Wah! Right, this is the place you drop down into from Whispering Vaults. I mean, I guess I should still explore this direction. We don't necessarily know that this is going to be useless. Do we now? That's not going to be a path we go down. That bottom right entrance. I don't think it's even an entrance, which is why we won't be going down it. It seems like an awfully big risk to take, where the most likely result is that we will simply get all maggoted up again. Which, well, that might end up happening anyway. Okay, so this is the bonus direction. Understood. Wow, you love following me. Good job, I guess. Not that you are likely to be much of an obstacle from now. Isn't this where we got the screaming baby for the Great Root quest? I think so. Yes, it definitely is. Look at all these roots. Let's try playing the needle in, just out of curiosity. I somehow remembered that this path to the left was more likely to get you covered in maggots, but perhaps that's a different path to the left that I'm remembering. Perhaps that's the path that's right below Whispering Vaults, which we are close to, but we're not quite there yet, I think. Yeah, because there's a path just to the left of the drop from Whispering Vaults, and I think I even have a marker there, because it just seemed like a suspiciously empty area. And I think that's the one that it's tough to get to without taking maggots. Without getting covered up in maggots. Okay. We're fine? We are not fine. Well, we could be fine. I might need you to pogo on, though. There we go. Yeah, I do wonder what, like, how would you get... Because a lot of my questions about how you might get a Hunter's Journal entry have already been answered by, like, okay, there's just like one enemy left over from Act 2, or there's a, like, you get to find the Rhino Beetle again. So a lot of my questions like that have been answered, but I still don't know how you would get the Wraiths from the Mist. How would you get Hunter's Journal entries for those? If you didn't go there initially, or if you didn't already complete them. Is there still some sort of way to access one of those enemies? There's almost no way. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. I made it through there without getting all maggoted up. Okay. This is quite wonderful. We don't exactly have a lot of health left, and I almost fell into the maggot goop again. That's fine. If nothing else, I can surely simply farm some silk off of you. I think you even respawn, don't you? No, you don't. I swear you do in most areas. Whatever, let's heal. Although, I already took 2 damage from that, so we've not exactly gained much from that whole silk gathering mission. It's fine. Overall, we don't even need that much silk, I would imagine. Like, we are currently at full health if we, you know, assume that we haven't gotten any health upgrades from the beginning of the game. Which I'm sure will be the case lots of times in the future when we're in this area. Due to, presumably, some randomizer-related reasons. Okay, what is that suspicious silver circle that I placed here? We are currently treating those. Like, starting today, we've started treating those as markers for things that we think there's probably nothing to do in. But we're not quite sure. Okay, that's just the background creepy crawly creature. But, like, why that marker? What did I find so suspicious about this? Was it that I thought I should check down there? Because I certainly don't think that right now. Oh, not maggot land. That's not what I meant to do at all. Alright, bush creature. I've done a terrible job at fighting you in the past. And I think I still did. I just have a stronger needle now and more health. Okay, can I head up through here? No. What? There's more of you! That's right. There's always 2 of you in this place, I'm pretty sure. Unless you respawn, but I don't think you do. Excuse me. Could you return? The issue with these is that they like hide in the background for such a long time. And then they show up at like the exact worst time for you Dude, how did I not even hit you there? I don't know. There's probably a consistent way to lure them to appear again in a specific location. Hello. I would like to defeat you. For no particular reason, really. I just would. There's nothing down that bottom left path, surely. How am I simply can't. I can't hit you. I can never pull it off. It's simply not going to happen. Out of 5 swings that I take at you, 1 is going to hit. And that seems to be how it's... Okay, well, I'm removing this marker. I don't know what that could have been for. I kind of remember it being for something where I thought I needed double jump, but... Well, the thing we need double jump for is to the right here. Yeah, it's right here. So I don't know what the point of that one was. Did I just place it in the wrong room? That sounds unlikely. Though not, of course, impossible. Wait a minute. What is this? Have I been up here? Yes, I have. This is actually where we got captured and taken to the slab, I want to say. Oh, that's a trap. Yeah, I want to say that, like, the top right corner of this room is where we got captured and taken to the slab. These walls look very interesting still. So this isn't a secret path that we can only go down when we have the Silksong move. Unfortunate. What? Another one? Could have sworn I just killed you. My friend, stop hiding in the background. Coward behavior, get over here. Awfully obnoxious coward behavior. Okay, you must just keep respawning. It's not that there's multiple of you. Or, well, I don't know. The effect of it is that there's never 2 of you at the same time, but there's always one. Whenever one dies, another one knows that it is their time, and they also approach from the background or something. Okay, well, in any case, I think the point of this room is probably to get just captured and taken to the slab. I don't know. Whoa, I did such a cool dodge. There are 2 of you at once. What the hell? I didn't know that was allowed. I was just saying that, there's always only one of you, but then they respawn. And immediately I'm proven wrong. I don't get to be right for, like, more than 10 seconds. Oh my goodness. That's a trap that I didn't even realize I was dodging. I was kind of just running away from the enemies. Okay, I think this is the thing where I ascended. Yes, it is. Whoa, 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 whoa. Suspiciously scary platforms. Is that a thing we ascend into? I don't think so. I will try, though. We must check everything. We must be diligent and thorough. And eventually that might yield a beneficial result. That looks like... This very much looks like a room that you might want to ascend through at some point, but... doesn't seem to be doable. Wait a minute. Dang it, never mind. Oh. This wall would be way easier to check if I were ascending through it. Rather than... Hold on, I'm scratching my nose. Would be way easier to cover if I were ascending rather than trying to drop down along it. So let's do that, even though I'm pretty sure I've already done this. That's still a suspicious corner there, though. I think this is a small bonus room that I've been in already. Where am I? Yes, okay. Well, we'll check it again just in case. Snitch bug noises. Hello. Wow, okay. When there's only one of you, you are quite easy to deal with. Not that you're much of a challenge when there's more of you, but... this one certainly was. Quite simple. There's probably nothing else here, right? Whatever was to be unlocked here, I must have already done it. Check the left wall. I don't think it's hiding anything from us. What? I thought you'd die from that. Oh well. Now you've done so. Okay, there's just a small little corner to our right here. Okay, right. These platforms fall. They love doing that. They're always doing that. Stop. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Surely I've checked this way. Unless... there's a weave nest here. I haven't checked this way. Well, that's huge. That's exciting. I don't know. What should I even expect to get from here? Probably not a mask shard, right? And maybe a memory locket? Depends on how large this is, because so far, 2 of the weave nests we found have been very tiny, small ones, but then weave nest, the one where Eva was, weave nest Atla. Weave nest Merglin. Weave nest Atla was like a larger one that counted as a separate area. But this is weave nest Merglin. That almost looks like a lookout window into a boss chamber. Maggots in my weave nest? What the hell? I imagine this was just taken over by magnets, so I don't need to kill you. Whoa, I just launched your head. Your decapitated head, I launched it all over the place. Okay, suspicious chamber there. Ooh, something to take. Maybe not a boss fight? Ruined tool. Remains of an ancient weaver implement, broken and inoperable. A crafts bug of high skill may be able to repair it. That's probably going to be Forge Daughter, unless it's Flick the Fixer. But Forge Daughter would be my first thought. That's exciting. Oh, this is like Weave Nest Atla. This will likely unlock an elevator for us somewhere. Wait, was that symbol? Hold on. I wish I had paid closer attention to that symbol. Wasn't that like the seal that's in Weaver's Den in Hollow Knight? Whoa, look at the falling sand here. Or, no, that's water. And that makes sense because we might be getting close to the putrefied ducks. No, not quite, but we're underneath Fleetopia. So that this water might be from that lake. More lore. Hello. Sister Spider sat between salt and stone. Build those tools of brilliant mind imagined. Aid us when our silk has waned. Like what? These are, that's not maggot water. Right. So that's... Like, these are lore tablets written by weavers. But which sister? Like, who are they referring to exactly? Are they talking to Grandmother Silk? Are they referring to Grandmother Silk, perhaps before Grandmother Silk was evil? Or is this just like, in general, like their prayers just referred to a mysterious spider, Sister Spider, and they consider their deity to be their sister? And it isn't necessarily Grandmother Silk? I don't know. Anyway, we've probably... no, you are a bastard and I hate you. My goodness. What we've probably done is unlocked an elevator somewhere here. No? What, we've just unlocked this door? No, okay, so that might mean that this isn't a whole separate larger area. This was just a secret. Do you think the water might cleanse me? No. Oh, of course it wouldn't. Oh, why should it? Play needle in here? Don't play needle in here. Got it. Understood. I have understood. So that just opens this door now. And no elevator. So this isn't quite like Weave Nest Atla. I did have those like buttons that to activate, but they seem to just be a thing that leads us back. And it doesn't have a separate map, it seems. That also wasn't a flea. So we still need to find fleas. Will I be able to... okay. Will I be able to grind enough silk off of these respawning enemies here? That I can bind and get rid of my maggot situation. Oh, we're fine. And I bind and we're good. And we don't even need to heal. Everything is black and white for a moment. Technical difficulties are horrible... the deity void combination is screaming in pain at the bottom of the world. Just your typical scream of suffering. You can expect those a couple times per day. Unfortunately not at predetermined times. We haven't yet figured out how to make them happen at regular intervals so that you might predict and expect them. What am I hearing? Oh, that's a void thing. I know what that is. Let's trigger that trap, why not? Oh, actually, I can think of a reason why not. We might have wanted to save that for when an actual enemy needs defeating. Do some of my attacks, like, I feel like some of my needle maneuvers deal more damage than others. Like, I swear, like, pogoing them, or maybe the opposite, maybe specifically not pogoing them, does, like, slightly more damage. Because I swear sometimes these enemies die in 2 hits and sometimes in just 1. Yeah, that was 2. But I swear they took 3 at some point. Whoa, why are you green? Jesse, why are you blue? I mean, I guess this whole area has a green theme. I guess the void is just a little bit mossy or whatever's causing the green color here. I don't know if there's any purpose to defeating these because they clearly seem to be one-time things, you know? Like you defeat them once and then they don't show up back in the world, or at least that's my impression. And there was that quest that required us But there already was a quest that required us to defeat a certain amount of them, and they're not like tracked separately as far as I can tell. So like, is there any point to me taking care of them? Taking care of all of them, trying to make sure that they're all dealt with? I don't know. Ouch. Okay. Well. Ooh, I almost fell down into the goop there. That is something we'd like to avoid. Nice balls. Ah, no, not the goop, not the goop. We're fine, we're fine. We fell into the maggot water for a bit. Ah, everyone does that once in a while. Classic rookie mistake, even though we've been playing for a whole bunch of hours. Oh my goodness. I just saw, like, people keep posting there like, I completed Silksong 100%. Here's the amount of time that it took me. You know, the game end screen where it shows you percentage and time played. And like, I don't know, dude. I just saw someone say that, posted their first playthrough, 100%. They're at 100%. And it took them 35 hours. Which, like, what are you doing? How do you get through this game that fast? And like, I don't even mean like, okay, sure. I've spent like a certain amount of hours just being stuck on bosses. Like, not too much, I don't think, but of course, the final boss fight took me like 2 hours, and then the other longest one was Widow, which was also like over an hour. But like, let's say you remove all of that from my playtime. Let's say I've spent 20 hours being stuck on bosses that someone who like first tries them wouldn't have spent. Like, even then, we are currently past 70 hours. We're at 76 hours. Well, perhaps a bit less on the in-game timer. We might be at like 73. So like, let's say I'm at 73 hours in-game. And then, like, then what? We are not at 100% yet. So like, let's say it takes me, I don't know, let's say that we get to 100% at 80 hours. That sounds reasonable, or I don't know, let's just be even a little bit too generous, and let's say that we'll be done in 75 in-game save file hours. That is still double than what that person, I think it was Shay, the Undertale speedrunner. That's still double the amount of time that they took to beat the game. And like, so okay, so let's say I remove that, like, let's say that I spent 20 hours just being stuck on bosses or being bad in general. That would put me at like 50, which is still like a significant amount more. Like, I don't know, it's just crazy to me. Like, how do you do that without a guide? Like, are you just like constantly rushing through things and never take any time to examine the world? Because like, yes, I'm absolutely willing to say that, like, okay, I've lost perhaps like even over 20 hours just on you know, being stuck on a boss or like dying in an area in a way that someone else might not. And like, that's fine, I'm fine with that. But I'm just like trying to figure out, how do you 100% this in 35 hours? Are you like just using a guide to make sure you're never like wandering around and exploring? Because like, that's strange to me. That's like part of the whole point of the game. So like, why are you doing that if that's what you're doing? And if you're not using a guide, then like, what, are you just like constantly rushing through everything so fast that you're never like looking at the lore and thinking like, oh, like, what the hell does that mean? Are you never like engaging with any of those parts? Because like, if you are not using a guide, and if you are engaging with the world, then like, how, like, what? How do you do? Oh, it's another one of these rosary frilling enemies. Whatever. We will abandon that other discussion that I was talking about. Ooh, at least you're not a void enemy. Looks like you don't need to be though. Hold on, let's use some of those silk skills. Dang it. I'm being very reckless. Actually, let's use this. That's the first time we've actually used one of those in combat. Oh! Let's use some more. I'm really not doing a great job at this fight. Dude, what the hell am I doing? Time to heal. I'm really just throwing, aren't I? Whatever, you're dead now. Aha, and that completed the entry for you. Covetous Pilgrim. Blah, 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 blah. Is this abundance a sign of purity or greed? The way faith is measured in this land is curious indeed. Oh, a Bars Hornet. Holy crap, you're a poet. You're rhyming things. Okay, well, this room I will not be suspicious of. It had a significant enemy on its own. A decently rare enemy that, like, this is the second time we're seeing them. So I think this room doesn't need to serve any other purpose, and I will not be worried about that. Interesting, though. Did I never enter this? Because it was filled in on the map. Perhaps this enemy just didn't show up here then, or maybe I was like afraid of them, so I entered the room and ran back away, and then I forgot to come back. I am uncertain. Oh, I can get easy health off of you. I'm a bit upset that I had to use my plasmium to survive several times in a row there. But hey, I guess that's what it's for. I do think Plasmium, like, if, you know, when I get around to doing a Steel Soul playthrough, especially a 100% one, I think that we need to go get that Plasmium tool pretty early, and just, I need to have it on me. It's going to be a lifesaver, I feel. I think it's going to be quite essential. Apparently I have a golden marker on the left here. What did I consider so suspicious? I think it was like a suspicious tiny empty room, wasn't it? Or no, it was this platform. Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think this is suspicious. But perhaps not that suspicious. Maybe I'll even remove this marker. I don't know. Maybe I should put my silver ring on here instead. Yeah, whatever. We'll do that. Even though well, I'm quite certain that it's nothing, but that is what we decided that the silver marker is going to be for now. So there you go. I'm quite curious. Like, is the Biolands... like, is Sinner's Road part of Biolands? Should I also go and explore Sinner's Road? I know we're not, like, even through Bilewater yet in our exploration for finding the grub. But it is a thought that is sort of clanking, wandering about my head. I also, like, why I paused in the middle of that sentence there was that I like, started really seriously consider... whoa. I started really seriously considering just going and paying for the hint. I was like, what is even the point of me just running around here and not using the hint? I could just go get the hint and save myself the time, but then I changed my mind again, and I was like, yeah, no, hold on. We don't want to say that, like, we gave up and got the last bunch of grabs with hints. I should at least give it a shot of trying to find them on my own first. That Mount Fae one I probably wouldn't have found without actually paying for the hint, because as it turned out, it was mostly not even in Mount Fae. In terms of, like, map areas, it was, like, just to the right of the entrance to Mount Fae. It was in the slab, as far as I can tell. So what would have ended up happening was that I would have explored Mount Fae, which I guess I was going to do anyway. But I would have ended up exploring all of Mount Fae, and then just not even found the flea. And for all I know, that exact same thing is happening to me right now here, in Bilewater. But, well, I would like to think that maybe, hopefully that's not the case. What's more likely is that it is in Bilewater and I just am missing it completely. But I did say the Bilelands and not explicitly Bilewater, so I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. Oh! I was a bit worried about where that bottom explosion was gonna be, but looks like I shouldn't have been. I was in no great danger. I don't know why I'm just sitting around this bottom area. I just wanted to check that corner, I think. I was trying to decide if it's worth it. Jumping into the maggot goop. Oh my goodness, what a crevice to end up in, Hornet. And dashing up was certainly not the move. And we can't dash down on a wall. Okay, I don't think this crevice is anything, but awfully suspicious. Well, no, it isn't really. I was just being suspicious of it for no particularly good reason. That's a trap. Whoa, that ball swings far. Is there anything here? I imagine there's no point in playing the needle in for the ball. I still don't know if these umbrella enemies, if they damage you when they fall onto you. You're like a dead moss creature, but... Okay, yeah, you're just those moss knights. For a moment I thought... Well, moss knights are horror enemy. Whatever, you're those moss enemies. I remember you. For a moment I thought it was like a relative of the seamstress. But, no. That seems to have been an utterly silly thought. So, wait, I remember this hallway, actually. There's gonna be fish. Yeah, there are fish. There are awful fish that bite you. Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm in the maggot goop again. This is bad. This is bad. To be in this area, I am not glad. Can I go this way? Doesn't seem like it. I don't expect that this will be in any way beneficial to me, like going this direction. I don't expect there will be a flea here. I remember already getting something from the, like, top right part of this. And then we left. And then I think I was satisfied. Although, what's that thing to the top left? Or, you know, the thing that we just passed in the ceiling. Have I ever been there? No, you must not deal double damage to me. That is rude. You must stop this. Can I go to the right here? No! No, fish! Stay away. Evil fish. Evil, vile, disgusting fish. Stay away. I do not like you. Okay, what is this? What did I get from here? Some sort of terribly important item, I'm sure. So, yeah, that's what I thought. This path over here is just what will drop us down to the left. I mean, this hole in the ceiling. That's all that it is. Okay, well, cool. I'm quite satisfied. I would say that it's quite confirmed that this place holds nothing of value for us. And that means we can leave. We can leave, and I never have to think about this place again! Oh, good gracious. Oh, no. Oh, la 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 la. I'm gonna run under you, and then I'm not gonna run into you, and everyone's fine. Oh, my goodness. Give me some silk. Some silk, and perhaps some more after that. You know what? I might just grind these two. They seem to respawn on screen transition. Oh, this would be an unfortunate time to find out that those umbrellas do damage you as they fall down. So let's not risk it. We will stay out of their path. And I would simply like to not be... well, first of all, mech it up. And then I would also like to not be at 1 HP, so I think we'll do one more bind with these. Again, grinding enemies near a screen transition isn't perhaps the most fun way to play the game. But I don't know. It's not exactly... doesn't exactly feel too much like cheating either. And again, like people who say... people who were complaining about Silksong's difficulty, maybe they also just like didn't realize that you could do something like this. That's also quite possible. And well, I don't know. Perhaps I wouldn't necessarily blame them for it, but... And also, like, you know, if you have to do that constantly, if you're like struggling with the game to the extent that you're just always low on health and always need to be grinding enemies for health like that, then perhaps you just shouldn't, like, I don't know. Perhaps you should change something else about your approach at the very least. Because that doesn't seem like a very fun way to play the game. Like, if they're already not enjoying the game because of the difficulty, and you tell them, hey, don't worry, anytime you're low on health, you can just go near a screen transition and grind enemies for silk. Or, well, a lot of time anyway. Most of the time, you can do that. Then, like, I don't think that would really improve their enjoyment of the game, now would it? This room seems suspicious to me. I think this might very well have a thing that you can ascend through. Although, have we found any fleas that needed you to have Silksong? I don't know that we have. I don't remember finding any. I feel like... Again, I feel like almost all the fleas we found were... Actually, hold on, no. Wasn't the one near the bench in Mount Faye / the slab? Wasn't that? Didn't we need ascent for that? Or could we have done that with double jump and I just hadn't? I'm not sure. But before that flea anyway, I'm pretty sure all of them were gettable with earlier game abilities. I'm not sure. Let's sit at this bench, the bench that we used to run back to Grohl from. Oh, we filled in something on the map, that's right. That should... I don't even remember. What did we explore? We explored something new. Oh, weaveness. There we go. That's the first time we're sitting on a bench since we did that. That makes sense. Okay. So we still didn't explore these two rooms today. And we've also got this rightward path here. So I think what I should maybe do is I'll go do this. This will wrap me back around here. I can check out these rooms. Then we can go up. We can go to Bilehaven. Then we run all the way over here and see these. Check out these directions. This is where Chakra's mentor is, I think. And then, if I still haven't found the flea, then we're pretty close to Fleetopia, so I can simply go there. And I guess we'll pay for the hint. Their shells are ours, their souls are ours, our hate is forever. Yeah. So there's certainly some aspect of the civilization that lives in Bylewater, having hatred for the Citadel, it seems to me, but I'm not sure what their souls are ours, their shells are ours. What does that actually mean here? How are their souls and shells yours? Are you just saying that you're not so different, like you're the same kind of bugs? That doesn't sound like what that would mean. That's the only thought that I had, how that could make sense though. But like, we have the same souls and shells and yet we are stuck down here being all maggot gooped. So that might have been it. Oh my goodness, completely forgot about that. Right. This place isn't exactly the friendliest of paths, is it now? Where did I want to go? I wanted to go left first. Although, no, we have a bench close enough. I was gonna say maybe I should go get the Grohl bench. Or the Bylandia. What the hell's that village called? I don't know. I was gonna say maybe I should go get that bench. I should also keep my ears open, because like, the fleas, they do make sound. They bark. Have I been in this secret? I don't know that I have, but maybe it's not filled in on the map. Oh, dang it. Maybe it just isn't filled in on the map because this place never... It's a flea! I found you! I found you! Are there more of you? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm happy I found this flea without a hint at the very least. That's fine. We have so much health. It doesn't even... Like, it doesn't matter. Well, it might matter a bit. Whatever. I'm running past here. Oh, what a close call of a pogo. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's run. Let's run. And it didn't even need ascend, right? I didn't use Silk Sword to get up there. That's just a secret that I had missed somehow. Wonderful. Oh, what the hell's this place? I think I fought someone here. Did I? This must have been a fight. Nosk, like, creepy room. Huh. This reminds me a bit of that Gilly quest where we found that, like, trapping hunter enemy. Oh, it's you! Right, you are the hunters. I think that might be it. And that's just a little trophy room that maybe didn't have anything more significant in it. I don't recall exactly. Okay, so I wanted to check... Oh, hold on. I can get free silk off of you. Especially if you don't get infected by Void. I guess there's still free silk even in that case. Oh my goodness, I still need some more! Whoa, that was close. I almost fell right in front of that. Okay, that's fine. We got rid of the maggot infection. Now I just need some extra silk for a heal, but we don't need it urgently. Which is lovely, that's quite pleasant. So to the left of us, is this where the fake bench was? Or no, it's above us. This is a separate path. Right, we already glanced... Oh, dang it. We already checked out the bottom of this room today. But we didn't check the upper part. Not that I expect this to have too much for us. Whoa, 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 how did I... Okay, don't know how I did any of that, to be honest. How did I not swing my nail a single time during that whole thing? I was trying to, I swear. It was... It was fully my plan to swing my... Okay, that place doesn't have a... no grub there. Or a flea, I mean, whatever. Who even cares? That is not the room that I'm looking for. Let's heal. Oh, you're being all voided up. Will you be able to do an upwards attack or not? Like, with the void? Somehow power you... Oh, you can do a... No. I'm gonna be all maggoted up. Let me out of here! That did not go well. Not at all according to plan, that's for sure. And we can climb up here. There's gonna be another creature. No. Creature is gone. No creatures to fight. We could climb this way. Ooh, silk. Not enough. Not enough silk at all. Don't get void infected. Or do you still give me soul when you're void infected? I think you might. I think it's just the like crazy void clumps that don't give you soul. Or silk rather. But the other regular void infected enemies do. Oh, you're kidding me, dude! Freaking maggots everywhere. I should have that tool on that protects me against them, but honestly, I think that might have worn out by now. As in, like, you know, if I had worn that since the last bench rest. I don't know that we still have the tool with us. Oh, buddy, please, I must pogo on you. I should also not look up like that. Probably not speaking into the microphone in that case. Okay, approaching this room from the bottom was a horrible mistake. Most likely, approaching this room at all was a horrible mistake, but... Oh well. I'm gonna make some of those. You can't stop me. So, bench room. Awful, terrible, horrible bench room that just has its floor collapse and then nothing else at all whatsoever in it, ever. Yeah, that seems to be an accurate description still. Wonderful. I'm still surprised that we didn't have a case where one of those bench signs just is like rotated, like it's not a lie, but it ends up being a lie because it got rotated. Because like they are spinny. How come they've never spun the wrong way? Even this one was like correct. There was a bench this way, just then the ground broke. Okay. So I think it's most likely that we already have the one grab that we had remaining here. But I don't know that for sure, of course. I should remove the plasmium thing. It's all worn down anyway. And apparently I unequipped something from here. That's curious. What a peculiar move on my part. Why did I do that? Wait, silk regen. Yeah, please have... Wait, that's not... I already have it on. Another blue thing then that we want to have here. Reserve bind. Used when healing is needed and one's natural resources run low. Got it. Okay. I mean, lots of these seem pretty cool. Actually, we'll put that on. Perfect tool for this area, even though we might be leaving in just a moment. And then you, we will replace with our good old Volt Vessel thing. There we go. I don't know, that flying bug might also be interesting to have on. Okay, so first of all, rather than fully relying on just the map, let's glance at the ceiling as well. Anything we could ascend towards? Perhaps not. Can we ascend in here? I imagine we already got something from here, but couldn't hurt to check, could it now? Well, maybe it could. Is this the room that we had the battle in? It looks like an arena, like these both could be closed off by doors. Or was this the Growl Arena? No, yeah, so the bench is inside the Growl Arena. That's pretty crazy. That's kind of neat. That's kind of cool. Oh well. It certainly isn't the Growl Arena anymore. Who am I hearing? Oh, that's the crawly guy in the background, isn't it? And the hunters. That's what all this is. They are, of course, teaching you how to fight these enemies before the Growl fight, but to be honest, I feel like they were way easier to deal with in the Growl fight. I must have been up here, right? Yeah. I remember this path. There's like a trap thing to climb here. And then you get over here and you get Silk. We are quite familiar with this run back. I didn't mean to pogo like that, it's fine. Or rather, what? Yeah, no, it was a pogo that I did. Okay. So that's the bile water flea taken care of, I think. Assuming that there's only one. And this is where Shaco's mentor is. Oh, their balls are still here. Their weapon, you know what I mean. More balls. Maybe I could gather them all up and bring them down below. I love how I heard that splash into the water down here. And now it's sunk. That's cool. Very cool. Okay, more balls. There should be an achievement for bringing them all. Somehow juggling them all the way over to the mentor. Ascending there probably doesn't serve a purpose, does it? Oh, you still get to play the custom lament song here. Isn't that cool? What if I change it? Okay, this like plays the bass for it or something? Or does it? I think that might be the song that that lower one always plays. Well, hold on. I will call the beastlings here. That is my intention for how to get out of here. I just wanted to check if there was anything up above first, and then to the left. Okay, no. Now the beastlings may show up. Underground we go. And where are we? We are in Bilewater. That's not where we want to be. We want to go up to the Putrefied Ducts. And we will pay another visit to the Flea Troop. I think I will buy that last hint for the Citadel. I think it's most likely near one of those gleaming things, but hey, if it isn't, that's going to be interesting knowledge. And in any case, I don't know. Oh, you're kidding me! I think I would just like to have it on my map. At least we didn't buy all of the hints. And I'm still like, you know, I still believe I know where this is anyway. It's not like it's, I don't know. It's not like I'm fully giving up and getting a hint. It's more that hold on, this is the wrong path even, isn't it? I need to go down from here, yeah. It's more that I'm just curious to get the hint. I'm curious to know if the flea's in... Oh, you are kidding me! I'm curious to know if the flea's in the location where I thought it was. Actually, it looks like I can skip most of this room by taking this path. I think I knew that at some point. But then I forgot. Oh well. I'm also curious, like, will this... Like, did they tell me about all the flea locations before? Or will it be that, like, they always only show 3 and now that I've gotten some more, we will have fewer ones... we will have, like, new ones opened up here? No, I don't think so, because when we bought that one, it's not like they had... You know, then they only had 2 left. Okay, the Citadel, 150. We will pay that. We're not terribly rich on rosaries. But I would like to pay for this. So, where is it? It's not near the gleaming markers, it seems to me. In the underworks? Oh. What an interesting location for a fleet to be. Huh. That is quite interesting. However, you know what else is quite interesting? I think we've streamed for long enough. Well, not terribly long, but almost 3 hours. Definitely not my longest stream ever, but not the shortest either. And I think I'm tired enough, and we will end stream here. No need to rush through this so terribly fast. I do wonder if I should start like mixing in like Dark Souls streams or something. Now that we've actually beaten Silksong, maybe I shouldn't be rushing towards 100% so single-mindedly. I would also like to, like, this Blueprints hasn't been streamed, I've been recording it. I do intend to upload it in some form. I'm quite interested to get back to Blueprints, so maybe I'll do that now. Who knows? In any case, stream is ending. Stream is gonna be over. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.